Yes, everybody, welcome back to the Irish Hotspur. Hopefully, everybody is keeping well. Hopefully, you grabbed yourself something to eat, something to drink, because this is another intense game, another must win for Thomas Frank and his boys. We'll see if we can pick up that win. Of course, it has been a ground that we've struggled at for a variety of reasons. I think Bournemouth are a team that plenty of sides can underestimate because, it's only Bournemouth, right? They're not necessarily some of the bigger clubs in the Premier League, but they've also been one of the more well-run clubs in the Premier League, since they've been promoted, and their side has only improved and improved. I'd say as well, the manager that they have, Iraola, of course, is a special one in that he doesn't really seem to fear any opposition in the way that he plays. He's had many great players taken away from him, but he just finds a way to sort of continue to churn out, at least good performances. Maybe in the last 11 games or so, they've not necessarily had the results that they would have liked. But every time I've watched them, I do enjoy actually watching Bournemouth. They have sort of a style about them that is very pleasing on the eye. And we'll see how Thomas Frank can counteract that today, because we have been one of the best teams in the Premier League away from home this season, coming to a ground that we've not done too well at historically. That being said, Thomas Frank has been able to churn out results somehow, some way at grounds that maybe we haven't done too well historically in the past few years or so. And can he do it again? And what I would say is a bit of a must-win game for him. In terms of the lineup, we have Vicario in goals, what looks to be Pedro Porro, Jed Spence at fullbacks, Romero Van de Ven. And then the midfield, you'd imagine, some people are saying it's a 4-4-2. That could be the case. I'm not saying one is right or the other. I guess we'll find out in about 20 minutes' time once we see them out there. It could be also as well a different shape in possession versus out of possession. That's often the case under Thomas Frank, is that you'll see sometimes a different shape in possession versus out of possession. It could be a 4-4-2, it could be a 4-2-3-1. But the midfield, from what I'm going to guess, is the likes of Palhinha, Bentancur in that double pivot, with Bergvall potentially as more of a progressive midfielder that's going to be licensed to be able to get forward. You'd hope that Bentancur is allowed to get forward as well, because Palhinha, he could do it on his own defensively. He's a guy that can sort of be able to mop up, be able to put in crucial challenges. And I'm pretty sure Bournemouth are actually quite light in terms of midfield. That Tyler Adams, I think, has had a bad injury. I know in their last game that I watched him, it was like Tavernier and like Alex Scott is their two midfielders. Alex Scott is, a good creative one, but he's not necessarily a guy that's going to mop up for you. Neither is Tavernier. Tavernier is more of a winger than really is, a midfielder. And I think he had to step in and help them out that game. So just something to look out for, that maybe we could try to bully them a little bit, sort of employ some of that Thomas Frank bully ball in a game like this. And we know that Bournemouth, they're a high pressing team. They're a team that will look to put us under pressure, look to put us under the cosh. Hopefully Bentancur can help us out in that case with maybe just a bit of that calm and relaxation on the ball. And Palhinha, we hope, doesn't get put under any sort of tricky situations. Romero, we're going to need the best of him in terms of decision making, playing up from the back, as well as some of the others in there, because I think Bournemouth statistically are one of the best pressing teams in the Premier League. Up front, we have a strange one. We have Matisse Tell, we have Xavi Simons, and then we also have Kolo Muani. Hard to say whether it's going to be Tell up front or Kolo Muani. We saw Kolo Muani play on the right in the last game, and Matisse Tell, I think, was very deserving of a start. But I will say this, I kind of wanted maybe Bergvall to sort of be left on the bench, and I did want us to maybe go for a very attacking lineup of Odegaard, Tell, Kolo Muani, and Xavi Simons, just because I think we saw some real grassroots, from the performances of Matisse Tell and Odegaard. We didn't really get to talk about them too much, Dave, but I thought Odegaard and Tell were actually our best forwards in the last game against Sunderland. It's just something that you've pointed out with them before, maybe not as much with Matisse Tell, because he has actually scored some goals, despite very little playing time. But they are guys that they're exciting. They sort of get you out of your seat, but they can kind of, especially Odegaard's case, lack that end product actually when they are put into good attacking moves. And that's where you kind of hope that they would be given, in especially Odegaard's case, maybe a good run of games, because maybe he could iron that out, right? If he was given a good run of games, he could sort of work on that end product side of things. Because apart from that, he's a very fun player to watch. But I mean, are you disappointed at all in the lineup, Dave? Or are you kind of excited by it?
Um, I'm a little bit disappointed, to be honest with you, Jack. Look, it's hard to make out whether it's a 4-2-3-1 or or 4-3-3 or a 4-4-2. It could even be the 4-4-2. Given the areas that Bournemouth caused us problem at home last season, they sort of picked off our midfield easily by getting on top of it. It very well could easily be a 4-4-2 where we're very congested right through the middle to try maybe overcome that fact. If I'm trying to think with Thomas Frank's brain and how he sees football. But look, I'm a bit disappointed that Wilson Odegaard hasn't been given the opportunity to sort
Yeah.
of build off the back of his good performance. I understand that Thomas Frank sort of likes to rest guys and rotate guys, but Wilson Odegaard's a young kid. He can play 2 games a week, no problem. He's got young legs, and you ask many of these guys, they'd rather play than train at the end of the day. And, I just think, but I've seen this time and time again this season with Thomas Frank. When you start to see green shoots with a player or positives, he will take them out of the team. He does it time and time again this season. It's something I don't
Unexplainably.
understand why. He done it with, Papa Matasar at the start of the season. Then he done it with João Paulinho. Then he done it with, he was doing it with Xavi Simons. And now all of a sudden Wilson Odegaard is finding his way out of the team. And I just don't understand it. At the end of the day, you've got to be giving players minutes based on merits. For instance, Lucas Bergvall wouldn't have been in my team today. I don't think he's a
Yeah.
player that should be played away from home. He gives away the ball far too often.
I
And
agree.
it's not like he's giving away the ball trying things. He's giving away the ball doing basic things. For me, I just don't think he's a player away from home. We could sit here and say it's a very offensive formation. I don't think it is. I think it's a formation that might give you a lot of energy, but how offensive is it really going to be? I think time will tell. For me, I know he's short on forward options, but he should be Richarlison up front. No, sorry, you don't even need to play Richarlison up front. It should be Mwani up front, Simmons in the 10, Udabar off one side, and Tell off the other side.
Yeah, that's what I
That's what
wrote
it
down.
should be for me today. We sit here and you look at the club's top scorers, right? Out of the first 6, only 2 forward players are in there. That's Mo Kudus. Is it Mo Kudus? I think it's Mo Kudus and Richarlison. The rest is Sarr, Paulinho, Romero, and Mickey van der Ven. And the reason why we struggle in possession and the reason why you see some misplaced passes and all is because it's clearly not worked on, so the players don't have that picture in their head when they're going into these games, but also because they're constantly rotated. They're not given a chance to build up these partnerships, so they know when this player's running in behind, where he wants that ball and stuff like that. And that's why you're seeing a lot of our moves break down when we do try and play and go forward. And this is where I don't think Frank helps himself. And I can guarantee you, if Frank was sacked tomorrow and anyone goes in and asks and interviews any one of them forward players, they'll all have bad things to say about, Thomas Frank and, how much they didn't enjoy it. And at the end of the day, when you're sucking the life out of these forward players, their confidence is gone. And a lot of these forward players play on confidence, and that's why we're seeing us being so lackluster going forward right now. And for me, look, it'll be interesting to see how this lineup goes and the setup, but I think it's wrong
I
once again.
No, I think unexplainably he has dropped Odegaard. I think Odegaard would have been good to get a good run of games for this one. And I agree with you on Bergwall. I don't really see why he's that deserving of the start. Thomas Frank in his press conference said that he would make rotation more out of freshness than it really was out of, maybe one player deserving it or anything like that. But he's just done that so many times this season that I just don't really know if that excuse really flies much anymore. If he had been using, let's say, the same lineup for the most part, week in, week out, by this point, you could then understand that. It's like, okay, he's played certain players maybe a lot, and they are maybe pushing those red zones. But I feel like we must be one of the most rotated sides, like in the Premier League. You watch plenty of other teams. They seem to more or less put out a version of the same lineup every week. Whereas with Thomas Frank, like doing these predicted lineups, I'm always at a head loss, really, is what he's actually going to do. Whereas maybe under Ange, it was sort of the opposite case. He kind of did just sort of pick the same team, whether you liked it or not is a different story, of course, but he would kind of just pick the same team on a pretty regular basis. Whereas Thomas Frank, that's just not the case. He's dropped even Archie Gray, where I'm not necessarily upset about that. I know Dave is a fan of the double pivot with Archie Gray. I mentioned, like, I think he's had good games playing alongside Bentancur, and then he's had ones where, maybe not necessarily played poorly, but it's hard to say, really. That's also one that maybe I was a bit surprised by, that he's gone for, Archie Gray on the bench. Are you a fan of that, though, Dave? I think I don't want to put words in your mouth, but you're kind of one that's defending the double pivot of a Paulinho and Bentancur at this moment.
Yeah, I think we got carried away when we were winning games at the start of the season, Jack. Fans were almost wanting us to walk before we can run. And now, ironically, them same fans will sit you down and tell you how bad this squad is. You know, when the argument came about Bentancur and Paulinho, we were winning games at the start of the season, but people were still saying it was too negative. It's not expansive enough in its passing and stuff, and almost blaming that on the individual players. But when you look at the likes of Jordan Henderson at Brentford, you know, he has he has more forward passes than our entire midfield this season. It clearly shows that it's at what point is it sort of tactical,
Yeah.
you know, that what Thomas Frank is asking him to do. And I think that's something everyone neglected when they were analysing that double pivot and almost forgot that that double pivot actually gave us that bit of structure defensively. We weren't conceding anywhere near as many goals. But also then it was giving us a better chance to go and get something from games, and we were also a lot more potent from set pieces and stuff when we had the likes of Bentancur and Paulinho there, because when you're flooding the box, you're flooding them with big guys. For whatever reason, then Thomas Frank decided he would start changing up. Tried Sarr in there, didn't work. Tried Bergvall in there, didn't work. Tried Archie Gray in there. He's done all right, but it's still nowhere. This still doesn't give you anywhere near the presence of the battling qualities in midfield. At the end of the day, what you're looking for from your midfielders is basic. Get in there and make it a battle in that midfield and come out the right side of that battle, winning your duels. But then also, once you've done that, then get on the ball and start moves. And, you know, to be honest with you, I think Bentancur does that, and I think Paulinho does that, you know, better than anybody else that we've got to select from. And I don't understand what was breaking up in the first place. And since he's broken it up, we've been even worse to watch. So for me, it's about time he's got back to it, and thank God.
Yeah, I just shot or Lucas Bergvall just was one for me that didn't seem like one that was necessarily deserving. And I agree with you. I think in a lot of games this season, we did see it under Ange. You know, as much as a lot of people really loved Lucas Bergvall under Ange because he provides effort, he looks busy, right? He's one of those sort of guys you would never accuse him of sort of walking or jogging around. He's always, you know, trying to put in that effort, but he can be a bit sloppy at times in possession. He can be a guy that ends up actually punishing you for a mistake, you know, that is just completely avoidable. And we've seen that already more than a few times this season. And like I will say, and probably not say too much because, you know, I'm probably repeating myself at this point. I really did think that there was something to build off of with that Matisse, Tell, and Odegaard performance in the last game. I thought they were very positive with the ball. I thought they were the types of, you know, wing play that we were looking for. Just don't see why you would need to
But
break that apart for this game. It just seems like a good idea is to build off of the positives from the last game. Let's try to see it if it repeats itself. Maybe it's a fluke, maybe it was a one game thing, but at least make sure that it's, you know, something that you can try at least again, and maybe it will happen again. And then you have a lot to work with. Then you could actually think, maybe, you know, now in the cup, you know, they've given me a lot to think about, you know, Odegaard and Tell. But the fact that now he's dropped Odegaard, it then just leaves you, you know, in a bit of a confusion as to what then he'll actually pick for FA Cup. This is maybe an explanation. What I'm trying to say is why Thomas Frank doesn't seem to know his best team. He even has admitted to that. He doesn't even know what his best team is. Part of that, I think, is down to the fact that he rotates so much and rotates players out of the team that had a good game in the last game, if you get what I mean. So, like, that's why he
everyone
doesn't
sits
know his
here,
best
Jack,
team.
and moans about the performances. But the reality is, Frank isn't allowing performances to develop. He isn't allowing players to kick on and reach their potential because he keeps taking them in and out of the team regardless of how well they play. You know, I argued at the start of the season, he can't keep chopping and changing. He's got to keep putting out that team and consistently pick up points because naturally there will come a point, you know, when the games come in thick and fast, rotation's going to happen naturally because of injuries, suspensions and stuff like that. And he should have allowed it to play out like that. He didn't. He wanted to rotate and do things his way from the very beginning, and it's just come back to backfire. Every time a player plays well, you're just sitting there, like, to your point, you're doing the predicted lineup. Well, you're like, that's a certainty. He was unbelievable the last game. You watch the lineup come out, and then all of a sudden he's out of the lineup, and you're sitting there left scratching your head. You know, where we are right now, if you really want to go on a run, if a player's performing well, you've got to stick with that, and then hopefully he performs better, starts developing a partnership with someone else, and then all of a sudden that partnership can start putting points on the board and start carrying you. But Frank isn't letting any of that naturally develop with the amount of rotation he's doing. And it's not like he's saying, right, well, you were crap last game, you're coming out, you're coming in. It's not the rotation he's doing. It's 9 times out of 10 he's taking out the players that have performed and bringing in players that have consistently underperformed. And that's
Yeah.
my problem with him. And this is why we are where we are. This is why we're not showing any consistency. This is why we can't get consistent results on the board. This is why we can't put in any sort of consistent problems or performances and stuff like that. And this is why it's never going to work. And because this guy just loves rotating regardless. And at this level, you've got to play your best players, and you've got to play the players, especially when you're in this situation now, lack of confidence and all, the ones that are maybe rising above that. But then when you take them out of the team, what's the incentive for Odegaard to keep performing? I said it with Papa Matasar. What's the incentive for Papa Matasar after being taken out of the team to come back in and pick up where he left off and start performing for Thomas Frank? He done that when he first came in. He said, boss, I want my place in the team. And all of a sudden he was taken out of the team for no fucking reason. And then when he's put back in, everyone goes, he's shit. Yeah, of course I would be too. It's like, I've been the best player in the team, and if you're dropping me, then there's no incentive for me to keep playing well. And you've seen him do that with players and time again this season. Whenever they play well, they're dropped the next game. So there's no incentive to be at a high level of performance. We want them, and then we're sitting here questioning performances. At the end of the day, it comes from the manager and setting the standard. If you're playing well, you keep your place in the team. If you're not, you drop out. It's the way it's always been.
Yeah, no, I'm in the exact same boat, Dave. Let's get to some people in the chat here. Thank you guys for joining us. Thank you guys for picking us as your watch-along destination. We have AK Shags in here. Big up, lads. I know we all want the best for our club, whether you're Frank out or not, or squad out. Let's effing go, though, and get these 3 points tonight. Very fair play from you, AK Shags, being neutral. Logan THFC, thank you for the support from earlier in the stream. Big up, fellas. Come on, you Spurs. Dropkick your teacher, calling us out for being late. You got to be sympathetic, man. We're both under the weather here. Dropkick. You're ruthless, man. Being absolutely ruthless. F and hell Spurs, evening lads. Come on, you Spurs. Falcon is in here. I think that's Michael Falcon. Big up to you, sir. Iceman, Ricky is in the house. Big up to you, Ricky. Saying big up to Dave and Jack, and also everyone in the chat. Looks like we're playing a 4-3-3. Some people think it's a 4-4-2. Some people think it's a 4-3-3. We'll find out. I think any answer could be correct at this point, Iceman. We'll find out in just a few minutes' time. El Dante saying, come on, you Spurs. Must win tonight. French link with Tell and Colomwani. We could have had even deeper French link, though, El Dante. It could have been Odegaard, Tell, and Colomwani. I think there were some real, positive roots there, some real positive signs, but for whatever reason, he's decided to drop Odegaard. This is the thing. Like, if Odegaard had a mediocre performance or like let's say, a lack of, a good performance, like, I would have understood maybe then, that feeling like, do I really pick him again for this game? I thought Odegaard was actually one of the best players on the pitch, and maybe part of the reason in a way, the performance started to kind of sort of slack off a bit, in the final minutes was kind of right after he was taken off because he probably was tiring a little bit. But Thomas Frank, he kept him in that sort of number 10 role, making runs, through the middle, sort of stretching the back line. He was very direct, very quick with the ball when he received it. There's a lot of positive attributes to that performance, and I just feel like it's insane that he's now just left him on the bench. I just don't know what some of these guys are supposed to do. We talk about, plenty of people talk about you need a consistent run of games to sort of build momentum. I think Odegaard is one of those young players that need something like that, especially with young players. They need sort of that trust that you sort of play them, in a few games in a row, especially after they give you a good performance. So it's just one that I'm pretty upset with, to be honest. El Dante. Dan Coy saying, evening, Jack and Dave. I just want a good performance. Passing has to be on point as well. Let's get the basics done right tonight and not just clearing the ball at every chance. There are times when we just clear the ball so unnecessarily, right? We just hoof it long when they're under no real pressure at all. I do think that's a Thomas Frank instruction, to be perfectly honest, because just last season, you would have maybe complained under Ange the opposite. You would have been like, all right, guys, just get it cleared, please. Like, can we just get this out of our area? And we would try to play out from the back. So it's one of those where it's clearly instructional that we do just sort of hoof it long at any opportunity we're given. Because under a previous manager, we saw the complete opposite, where they were almost a little bit too dangerous with how they tried to sort of play out in situations that they probably just didn't need to. So it's clearly an instructional thing. Derek Hutchinson, good to see you. We have Ugly Fish, Michael George, one and only Tom Lowry. Big up to you, my friend. And then we have this from Tony Yolo. He's saying, I'll never understand why managers don't do the things that got them this move to big clubs in the first place. I know it's different, but it's like they start cracking. To be fair, Tony, I feel like he is repeating what he did at Brentford, to be honest.
Yeah, I was just going to say that, Jack. To be fair, I think that's actually the problem. He hasn't elevated himself, and there was always going to be that element jumping from Brentford to Tottenham, that the demands are different, that the expectations of style of playing, formation and stuff is different. And he hasn't adapted to it, and I think that's the big problem. I don't think he's forgotten what's got him here. I just think he hasn't realised that he needs to add to what's got him here, and he's failed to do that. And the big problem is he's just rinsing and repeating Brentford, and we're not Brentford.
Yeah. I think we've kind of said that the Thomas Frank appointment would be okay if he took some of the foundations that he had at Brentford, but then did sort of evolve a bit after that, did try to sort of evolve into more of an attack-minded style of play, because he was given so much praise at Brentford for being very defensively solid, for being very tough to beat.
Yeah.
That's all well and good, but you can't just carbon copy, just paste that into Spurs and not make any adaptations whatsoever. We are a club that do expect ourselves to be playing a bit more on the front foot, and that's just something that Thomas Frank has struggled to do. To give him credit, though, I think we saw shoots of that against Sunderland, but we don't see it enough on a consistent basis, I think, to really give him,
Oh my
I would say,
God.
a ton of praise or credit for it.
Anyone
Thank you.
just hear just quickly what Frank just said before kickoff?
I was looking for it, and I didn't get the
Right, so
chance.
we're playing against a team that haven't won in 11 Premier League games, and Thomas Frank has come out and said we are facing one of the most difficult teams to play against.
He just loves praising the opposition. It's his favorite thing. He's the most respectful man on the planet. Who said that the last game? Was it was it AK Shags or someone who said, "Can't wait to respect the hell out of the opposition tonight"?
Yeah.
Tom Lowry saying, "Team sheet roulette again." Yeah, that's what we've been
Yeah.
talking about, Tom. We're on the same page as you. I think what's frustrating, like, is what we're saying is guys who have played well at times then end up getting dropped, immediately after. Like, we would understand if they get dropped after they've played 3, 4 games in a row, right? In a real space of a few days or so. Then you can understand they might be in the red zone.
Mm,
But Thomas Frank has dropped guys who arguably were some of the best players on the pitch, in one games. And they don't
yeah.
seem to be that tired at all either. So it's just something that I just continue to be baffled by, really. I'm in the same boat as you, Tom. And then Tony saying Bergvall needs to be on loan, not starting at a big club. I mean, would you go that far, Dave, that Bergvall needs to be shipped out on loan? It's just he's not a guy that I'd say has necessarily been in flying form, and that's just the reality of it. That means you're going to be coming off the bench until you play well again.
Don't get me wrong, the more I sort of see him, the more I think there are elements where a good loan season playing week in, week out would probably help him. I think, towards the end of games when we're trying to chase the game, he's got that youthful energy, that effectiveness. But sometimes I don't think he uses it to his advantage. Like, he ends up giving away a lot of sloppy free kicks, I notice, when we're chasing games and he's on the pitch at the end of the games. Away from home, he gives away the ball far too much. He's too erratic. And I think these things would be cleaned up with more game time, more experience and stuff. But right now, I would keep him as a squad player. I think he's good enough to come off the bench, or start the odd cup game here and there, or against some of the lesser oppositions in the league. But, don't get me wrong, I think if we were to improve the level of this squad, I think naturally a loan spell for a year would do him the world of good.
Just get synced up with us if you would like to, everybody. Just trying my best to get that situated for you guys.
Looks like Bergvall's playing right wing for the minute. It looks like a 4-4-2 here. Yeah, 4-4-2, Jack.
So some people were right about
Two up
that.
top.
And you imagine we'll probably be the team without possession for a lot of this game as well. So it could be the 4-4-2 for the most part. Could be a different shape in possession. You never know. Evan Neeson running down our left-hand side. Looks like they've won a corner. Already. Minute in. Corner to Bournemouth. Catman Jess, member for 53 months. Incredible support, Catman. Do appreciate you, my friend. He's saying, rest in peace, Martin Shivers. Come on, you Spurs. Thank you, Catman. And also as well, we gave, I think, a very nice tribute during the pre-match build-up. And of course, it came today, unexpectedly as well. And I was saying to Dave and some of the others that last time I saw him, he gave me a lovely tour at the Spurs Stadium. He looked to be in great shape, actually. So it's just shows how fragile life is, like what I believe Soren brought up at one point, too. Spurs, though, potentially have a breakaway, but they can't complete a simple 5-yard ball to each other. Thank you, Catman, though, for the support. And I think they are wearing the black armbands as well tonight to honor him as well.
Bournemouth trying to play out from the back here.
Just trying to get the ovally side of things synced up.
Wow, Romero, you got to go and engage. You can't let that ball in behind. No, Evan Nielsen. Oh, brilliant reading. Who's that? Pedro Porro. Brilliant reading there. If not, Evan Nielsen was in. Just there, once Romero's made the decision, he's got to go and engage that ball. He allows it to go in behind him. He sort of backs off. He sort of initially looks like he's going out to engage it and then backs off. What side is Semenyo on? This is the most important thing for me right now.
It looked like on the lineup he was going to be going down Jed Spence's side, which does suit us.
Yeah, it would suit us massively if he plays down that side today. If he's up against Porro, I mean, he destroyed him at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium.
Yeah.
So it does look like it's... No. 4-4-2 with Simmons up front. Hardly. Let's see how this pans
Sometimes
out.
when we
Give us 5
press,
minutes to
we'll
settle
often
down.
see two guys like pressing together instead of just
Yeah.
one. We've seen that at times.
Let's see how it settles down after 5 minutes. It's a bit
Yeah.
hard to
Don't
make
stress
out right
ourselves
now.
out too much, maybe. Yeah, that's a good point.
Well done, Simmons. Good touch. Onto Paulinho. Paulinho onto Matisse Tal. Looking for options. Nothing forward. Onto Romero. Romero to
Lovely
Bentancur.
pass around the corner from Bentancur. Lovely from
Oh, the
Paulinho.
pivot
That's
back.
very nice stuff.
The double pivot
Bentancur,
back
and he
on
gives it
does
away.
that. Fuck me, Rodrigo. Jesus Christ.
Hell, though. Or, sorry, Jed Spence. This is the worst pitch to do watch-alongs for, by the way, everybody.
Yeah, it's horrible.
It's the worst camera angle. It's absolutely shocking. It's kind of what I want Bournemouth to get relegated sometimes, just so I don't have to watch this
good ball
camera
between
angle
the
anymore.
lines.
Bentancur tries to break free. Bergvall comes
Play
onto it, though.
Mawani.
Can he
He
pick out a
throws.
shot? He goes
Goes
for
for
a
shot.
shot. I don't mind it. I don't mind
It
it.
was moving that. It was moving.
I don't mind it. I mean, the runs were covered there. Colomwani tried to run it behind, but Senesi covers it, and they weren't closing down Bergvall, so I don't mind that.
Big up, Simon Coley. Welcome to Flat Cap, my man. Appreciate the support, brother. Every little helps, and really appreciate it. So welcome to Flat Cap and welcome to the army we're building over here. If anyone else wants to do what Simon Coley has done, feel free. Just grab yourself a channel membership. A little bit of support every single month really goes a long way. You can decide which one is for you. Oh, well done. Romero on top.
Oh, good
ball
pass around the corner from Xavi Simmons. Colomwani lays it off to him. Xavi Simmons gets turned again. Oh,
Sexy.
lovely stuff.
Matisse Tal keeps it in.
Lovely
Right,
stuff
Mawani,
from Xavi
we need
Simmons.
movement.
Oh, Matisse Tal finds a little bit of
cuts in.
space.
He's
He
going
goes
for
for a
shot.
shot.
Yes!
Oh! Come on, kid.
Matisse! Come on!
Tell is on
What a
fire.
goal from Tell!
Your defense is terrified. A Tell
Tell
is on fire. Your defense is terrified. A Tell is on fire. Matisse.
Na 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 na.
Play him every week.
Come on!
This kid,
Kid's
I mean,
earned, he's earned that one.
resilience, Dave. You brought this up before. The resilience of this kid, because
Yeah.
like he hasn't ever put his head down. He hasn't really moped by what you can tell. Every time he comes on, he looks to prove a point. He looks to sort of work hard for the team in and out of possession. And he is, next to maybe Richarlison at the moment, one of the only guys we can count on for actually putting away opportunities or chances. And like that's what we need right now. It seems to be, though, maybe a bit of a blunder from Petrovic, but at the minute, we'll take it. You know, at the minute, we'll take it. I think Petrovic,
It's a well-worked
he
goal,
seems to
though.
think that one of his defenders is going to clear it. They don't end up clearing it. It goes through their legs, and then Petrovic just reacts really late. But nice to see a positive start from Spurs. We've seen some nice little stuff. You know, Bentancur, that nice little turn around the corner. Xavi Simmons with that lovely back heel there. So it's been good stuff from Spurs so far.
No, it's lovely build-up play for Tottenham, and look, yeah, maybe another goalkeeper might have saved it, but it's what I like about Tel though, Jack. He gets on the ball, he realised there isn't really great crossing options, drives at his man, drives inside, and then just gets the shot on target. You put the shot on target, you'll get your look, and that's exactly what's happened there for Matisse Tel. A really good finish. So, fair play to the kid, buzzing for him. He's shown a lot of resilience. And initially, I was a bit against him because I did think his attitude was poor and stuff, and little things like pressing and all. But being dropped out of the Champions League squad was probably the best thing that's happened for him because, he's come through, that persevered rather than look for a get out. The racist sort of abuse and all he got online, fair play to him. He sort of overcome that as well, and fair play to him. He's kicking on. I really like the mentality of the kid and the resilience he's shown. He deserves his goal. He played really well last week. You'd argue the goal was the only thing missing, or on the weekend. Sorry, good goal from Matisse.
Daniel Larson saying if you don't shoot, you don't score. Exactly, Daniel. Like two shots that at least we're forcing the keeper into saves. And I would say Petrovic, like, he can be shaky at times. He can be a shaky goalkeeper. So
How many
definitely,
times do we sit here and say, test the goalkeeper? Just test them. How many
yeah.
times have we seen them be rookie under a high ball shaking, right? Test them and we don't, you know?
Especially bad goalkeepers, and not every week that we're coming up against amazing goalkeepers. Like test them. There's certain goalkeepers maybe you have to pick and choose. When to do a better
Oh,
opportunity or
great
when to
pass.
take a shot. But someone like Petrovic, I say test him.
It's another good ball there by Rodrigo Bentancur across the Bergval. His passing has been on point so far. Paulinho, good switch of play. Tottenham are looking good. It'll be interesting to see if Frank has learnt his lessons from Sunderland and continues to tell the team to go for the kill, or whether he sort of rein it in a little bit.
Yeah, someone said time to park the bus. Someone said,
Yeah.
We're not even 10 minutes in.
Yeah, you'll probably see one of his bench on the phone to
Oh,
Tony.
good
Tony,
ball.
get the bus in here.
Not a bad ball. I think it was Mickey Van de Ven there for Matisse Tell.
I just have a feeling Matisse Tell might double up today. He looks like he fancies it.
He's also coming up, I think, against the other very talented under 21 player, that guy Junior Krupi for them.
Oh, yeah, he's good.
He's good. He scored some absolute bangers for them, but I think they compete in sort of the same positions in the under 21 team.
No.
Romero got a flick onto that, but nearly
he's
for
done
Evan
just
Nielsen
enough.
there.
I think he done just enough there to deal with that. But you
Yeah.
need Van de Ven to come across and get tighter there. You see, look, Van de Ven is the one that can see him. If Van
He
de Ven
knows
is
he's
slow
there.
to react there, if he's very slow to react there, Van de Ven switched off. Romero almost bailed him out there. That's not good enough for Mickey Van de Ven. And they're the little things that Romero gets blamed for that people don't pick up with Mickey Van de Ven, by the way.
Yeah, Mickey Van de Ven often gets the free pass.
Come on, win that corner. Ah, it's beautiful.
Oh, got a good... Oh, he got stuck in as well.
Oh, no, wrong option, that. Should have just played it to Simmons' feet. Great takedown by Tell, though. He done what he could with it. Just couldn't get anyone
Just
close
unnecessary
enough.
from Paulinho. Just need to play it into... I think it was Xavi Simmons there. Oh, Bentancur. He's on the stuff tonight. Lovely.
Do you know what? He loves playing against Bournemouth, Jack. Remember, he scored against them away from home.
You're spot on, actually. Good memory. Bergval. He's just had some lovely feet tonight, Bentancur, in tight areas.
This is where we're going to lock down the right-hand side, because it will be Bergval responsible with mostly trying to get on the ball and get at the fullback down this side. So actually, I think what we can conclude by the way Tell is setting up and Bergval's on the right, it is a 4-2-3-1.
Dangerous shot from Tavernier. Drop kicker teacher just said earlier he can't hit them. He is right. He has a bit of power behind these shots.
So it is Bentancur and Paulinho as your double pivot. Simmons in the cam. Bergval off the right. Matisse Tell off the left. And Mawani up front.
That was close.
It was close.
Tony Yolo saying, knowing Thomas Frank, he'll pull a Maresca versus Man United. That'd be funny.
Look, we've actually started off right today. It's been some good passing. We've started off with a bit of energy. Bentancur has been brilliant in the midfield so far. If we can keep this going, we could get 3 points here today. It's so important we win today. As much as I don't like Thomas Frank, it's not that I don't like him. I think he's a nice person. I just don't rate him as a manager at this level. I just think it's just important we win, because I don't want to be dragged down into this scrap.
Ian Ferguson saying, not every team has prime Buffon and net. Make them earn that clean sheet. 100%, exactly. Ian. Good to see you, Ian, as well.
Look, the old saying in football, if you don't shoot, you don't score. That's why I get concerned when Thomas Frank goes, it's a lone goal-scoring opportunity. It's like we've scored 2 goals from halfway against Arsenal this season. 1 Sarr in his pre-season and 1 from Richarlison. Sometimes you just got to allow the forward players to feel it.
Jimenez has broken through our whole team there.
Don't let that come back. Fuck me. You got away with that.
Might have been offside there. Or sorry, might have run out of play.
Still, though, what concerns me is how many players are looking for it. He's not going to blow it. Deal with it.
Yeah, he's offside. High line mate saying Tell loves a deflected goal. Don't mind that at all. Always calling for players to take more shots. Never know whose ass it could always bounce off. Exactly. That's the other thing. Like, it's not always going to be a clean effort, like a clean tap in. Like, plenty of times you'll see a goalkeeper, like, they'll make the initial save, but the initial parry won't be good enough to sort of get it out of the danger area. You'll see someone, be able to have a step on their defender, and then they're just able to create an even better moment from it. Or you'll see a deflection, or you'll see a block that ends up just luckily falling to, someone in a good area. Like, you don't see anymore that many clean goals, if you get what I mean. So that's just where I'm coming from it. I agree.
I grew up watching Paul Gascoigne score from distance. I grew up watching then Lampard and Gerrard score from distance. Zidane, Ronaldinho's. If it's good enough for some of the greatest players to ever grace the game, then it's good enough for me. Some of it, Gerrard and Lampard used to score 15, 20 season from the edge of the box. You know what I mean? And how many games have they won for their clubs and stuff by doing it? This whole not shooting from it's a low goal scoring opportunity. Yeah, of course it's lower than others. You're not giving them free license to go out there and pop from everywhere. But, in and around the box, you should be encouraging these players to shoot. They can all do it in training.
Appreciate the support, by the way, Tony.
Yeah, big up, Tony.
Some people are already asking for a pen there. I mean, it really wasn't at all. But at the end there, it was a little bit dodgy from Jimenez. The fact that he didn't need to swing out his leg. But I don't think that was a pen. And also, we don't get pens anyway, everybody. That's just how it is. Don't get your hopes up.
We don't get them. We don't even have a designated penalty taker.
More likely, Matisse would get a red card there.
Romero just decides who takes them.
Jesus, Vicario, what is that touch? What was that touch by Vicario? Jet Spence with a throw in. Looks like Thomas Frank got a little bit of a trim. He must have heard Dave's call out. I always wondered with hair that long, when's he actually going to tidy it up a little bit?
If there's any manager I'm concerned about a hairdresser being in the dressing room at halftime to make sure their hair's okay coming out, it's under this guy.
He gets his haircut probably every 6 months.
He's probably getting it resprayed at halftime. Re-dyed and resprayed.
Yeah, he's not getting a cut. He's getting it sprayed. Oh, get onto that. Good try from Bergvall. Good flick on. Good idea. Good work by Colo. He's pushing him. Good interception from Paulinho. Oof, not just towards Bergvall, though.
Just a poor layoff.
He's not had the best. He's been getting in the way, Paulinho, tonight, making some good challenges, but his passing's been a bit off, whereas Bentancur, a bit of the opposite.
I don't put him in my team. Obviously, you want him to be a bit better, but I don't put him in my team for that pass. And I put him in my team to go and fucking pull moves down. And
Tells look bright, though.
Yeah.
Tell had a really nice turn there. He just didn't have any options, it looked like.
Bendigo's looked really good as well. He's had that one pass in the build-up to that goal, but apart from that, he's looked really good.
Into Tell again. Holding it up against Jimenez. Spence tries to... Oh, Spence does well. Finds Bentancur.
I want to come back to the way Tell held up that ball. Do you see the way he backed into his opponent full body, holding
like a Kudus, yeah.
That's what I've been asking Richarlison to do for the last 2 fucking years.
Well, Richarlison either falls down or he just loses it.
But at what point does he look at players backing in with their full body and holding it up, and him coming inside and not being able to?
Lovely hold-up play.
To change it? Ooh, it's good play. Mwani's been involved in some lovely link-up play up front here too.
Maybe that's the other thing that Richarlison does struggle a bit with is like Colomwani, like instead of just taking 2-3 touches like Richie would, Colomwani just plays a first-time pass towards Bergvall, right? Because he sees there's a run. Whereas Richie, to be fair to Stevie Frazier, he's brought this up a lot. Like Richie almost slows things down.
Well, by the time he takes them touches, the player's offside. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then it's going backwards, so...
We barely get fouls, let alone pens, says Stevie Frazier. Yeah, fair point.
Go on, Jed.
Yeah, everyone's looked good so far, though. No one's really slacking. Good ball.
Jed. Mwani.
Have a hit.
Cut in. You want this. Good layoff.
Oh, didn't strike it well, but it was a good idea.
No, it didn't catch it well. What a ball from Jed Spence. And do you know what? Seriously. What movement from Mwani to move off the shoulder of the defender to make room to receive that pass. Fucking beautiful. These are little things he doesn't get praised for. Look at that. Finds the space to give an option. How many times have I been streaming out for that this season?
Ian Ferguson saying we're actually getting into the box.
We're cooking. We're absolutely cooking, Ian.
PH family, good to see you. He's saying, just got the game on. What have I missed? Are we playing any better? I think we're playing very well.
Playing really well.
But like I said, though, I think even against Sunderland, we looked really good in that first half. We just were our own worst enemy by not giving ourselves that 2-0, 3-0 lead. And let's hope we can do that here. It's a tougher ask to do it away from home.
Oh, it's back post one. It's back across. Here we go. We're going up again, are we?
Someone onto it. Oh, good clearance.
We like that back post corner kick, don't we? We've done that a few times this season.
That's right. Romero was the one who got it in the game against Sunderland.
Don't
If
want to
only Ben
jinx it.
Davis were there to tap it home for us.
Don't want to jinx it, but we actually look like we've got a normal referee. No hair done, gear isn't on him fancy or
That's the
anything. He just
KOD.
wants the referee.
That's the kiss of death. Red card.
Frank's telling the whole team to get back now. Sit back.
3
Compress.
shots and 2 on target within 15 minutes, says Paul.
I think he must have been listening to my stat that I brought up. You know,
he's got a haircut. He's getting the shots out.
It's the lowest shots per game that we've seen since the stats began in 97-98. It's shocking.
Daniel Larson saying this is much, much better.
Much better.
Brett Loft saying, what's happening? I'm seeing more than one pass in a row.
Now, funny, he switched Udebur for Bergval. 1 second, though. Bergval's in here.
Find him.
Well, he should. If only he played Udebur instead of Bergval, it'd probably be 2 up by now. Although Bergval's providing good energy, it's just the end product.
That's the thing. He's always running. You know, he's never accused of walking.
I've not been well since before Christmas, and then my mum fell here on New Year's Eve and still in hospital. Maybe Spurs could bring me some joy. DJA came on, man. I'm sorry to hear that. I've been under the weather as well now myself. But look, Jesus Christ, there's nothing worse than someone's parents being unwell. So, you know, make sure you spend as much time as you can with her and make sure she's comfortable and that. And she comes out the other side, DJ. Good to see you, my man. Big up.
Yeah, hang in there, DJ. Hang in there, Anthony.
Nearly got a Romulicious there.
A Rom Brulee.
Yeah. Romero should open his own restaurant. You can have rum brulee for dessert.
Yeah, a Rom Creamer.
You can have a rump roast for dinner.
A Rom roast. Especially with the Argentinians. They know how to cook their meat, right? So, a little Rom roast. Good interception from Poro.
Well done.
Matisse Tell's making a run. Maybe need to come short.
I think he was waiting for Matisse Tell to try and get in behind it.
He was already covered pretty well.
On him.
Good ball, though. Matisse Tell gets the foul. Ref!
Oh, my God.
Stevie's
Jack,
right. We don't even get, what are we asking pens for? We don't even get fouls.
May as well just put on SmackDown, Jack. You know, at this point, sometimes it feels like it's what we're watching at times.
I would advise the players to start putting on helmet gear and, NFL pads because, they're never going to get a foul anyways, so...
It's like fucking Vince McMahon is refereeing.
Spurs are really deep here.
Just deal with this.
They get through the middle, though, somehow. Even though we're so deep. Dangerous.
Done enough there to stop the cross. Well done, Rami.
See, we're sat really deep, but then we still let this pass inside to, I think it's Tavernier.
Like, that's just too much space there.
Or Krupi. Yeah.
It's too much space there for Krupi. Either Bentancur or Matisse Tell need to drop in on him. But also, if they're not there, where's the player screaming for them, to watch that pass? It happens up and down the country. Every country across the world playing Sunday League, people pulling people into position and watch him. Why isn't that happening here?
Everyone in the chat just keeps saying, I can't believe we're completing more than 2 passes in a row.
Well done.
At the near post, Kolomowani.
I know, yeah, we're getting moves of 4 and 5 passes together. I can't believe what I'm seeing.
Who sent in that super chat in the pre-match build-up? That was really funny. What did he say? Like, shots on goal, let alone how about 3 forward passes? Yeah, that was really funny. Instead of
3 shots on goal, how about 3 passes? Oh, good clearance. It was brilliant.
This is the thing, though. Like, we need to continue to attack the way we have been, but we know Bournemouth, like, they are going to, they no matter what, they just keep attacking and attacking.
This is the problem.
This is dangerous, and they've equalized.
I was about to say that. If you sit off them, they're going to punish you. They have the capabilities, and they've just done that.
They're a high-scoring team, Bournemouth.
Between these 2 centre-backs, between Romero and Van de Ven, they need to start picking this guy up. He's finding far too much space running in between them. Let's have a look. Who's at fault for this one? Fuck me. And the thing is, we haven't even made them work for it. We haven't even made them work hard for it.
Yeah, they're cutting through us pretty easily. I mean, we are them. We're cutting through them. They're cutting through us. So it could be a basketball game. You never know.
I'm hoping we can get an offside here, please. Has he gone too early?
No. He's well onside.
Romero and Van de Ven again. Just letting him.
Just gets in between them too easily.
Yet again. This time it is Romero. Romero's when the defender has his back turned to him, it's on the defender that can see it to go and pick it up, and Romero hasn't done that there.
It's way too late. It's a great header.
When are we just going to start? He always scores against us. I feel like since he's come to the Premier League, he's scored every game against us.
Could have a really good game on the cards, though, here. It has been very entertaining, at least. It's definitely no Brentford, game so far. Been entertaining, at least.
Well, I just want to show some metal and some mentality now. Hopefully we don't fucking go into our shell here. Show some bollocks.
Jet Spence got to get rid of it at some point, and also it'd be nice to get a foul.
Used as a fucking battering ram on a SWAT team. When you fucking do something, you dick. Fuck. Jesus.
Not an easy pass to receive by Bentancur. Or, sorry, Vicario to Bentancur. This is I'm also worried about. Vicario, probably the best pressing team in the league. Bournemouth, they're going to put Bentancur under, or not Bentancur, they're going to put Vicario under pressure. And Vicario's kicking of late has been shocking. Pedro Porro, good clearance.
Bergval, you've all this time. Oh,
and he plays a suicide ball into Bentancur. Jesus, man.
Oh, my God. But what's worse is he played the no-look pass. We can't even complete the pass when we're looking at them. Don't you dare start playing no-look fucking passes. Jesus, Bergval. No look. You taking the biscuit. He's getting me. Oh, I need to chill out.
Now Bentancur. Terrible ball by Bentancur. Spurs get in the way, though. Bentancur finds someone. Finds Xavi Simons. Xavi Simons lets it go across his body. Does really well here. Can he find Tell? He gets clipped. Ref, can we get a yellow card? Can we get a yellow card, please, ref? Xavi Simons missing a boot. Lewis Cook knows what he's doing there as well.
It's got to be a yellow. If his boots come off, I mean, he's obviously raked down the back of them.
At least help him with the shoot, Lewis Cook. Sponsored by Puma, by the way, Xavi Simons.
Remember at 16 when I was becoming my own man, I turned around to my dad and said, I want white boots. Because he always used to buy me black boots. He's like, no, not having coloured boots. You know, this, that, and the other. And I remember he killed him to buy me my first pair of white boots.
The black boots are coming back, though.
Yeah. I never looked back when I got into white boots, though, Jack. I was dazzling. All right, Redknapp's at the game. He put his hand up for the West Ham job today, didn't he?
Proper mid-table clash, this, says Tom Lowry.
Rami goes long.
A real advertisement for the Premier League, Tom.
Oh, well done, Matisse.
Good hold-up play again.
Oh, Tal. It's sexy.
Really good hold-up play. Does so well.
Matisse.
Jet Spence,
Whip
it in.
Put it in the box. There's 3 of them in there, you knob.
Good switch by Paulinho, but Porro.
Oh,
good idea from Porro, but Jet Spence has got to whip that in, especially on his right foot.
There's 3 players sitting in there waiting for it.
That would have been the same exact move that Bournemouth did, where Tavernier got in on his left foot and he whipped it in with pace, bit of curl. Jet Spence just needed to do the same thing. We had 2-3 players in the box.
We actually had options this time.
Xavi loses it, trying to get turned, and they're already in behind us. Thank you, Vicario. They saved Xavi Simons there. Took too much of a risk. Can't lose it there if you're going to make that type of turn.
Right, Rodrigo. Loads of time to scan this pitch.
Apparently no one.
There's no one out on there. Bergval's just gone running through the middle, and he's screaming for someone to come and show for it.
Van de Ven. Oh, does well.
Progress that down.
He's got no options either. Someone. Tell tries to play it into Jet Spence. Lee Harvey, member for 23 months. Big up to you, Lee. He's saying, evening, Dave and Jack. Spoke too soon about the ref, but come on, you Spurs. Do it for the Chivers. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
Dave just gets a little excited when he sees one call go his way. And I don't blame him. It's more than we'll probably ever get. But that's why I said it was the KOD, Lee Harvey, kiss of death. Does well, Chavi. I mean, it was a poor moment to concede the goal that we did, but so far, Lee, I think it's been a pretty positive performance. Just have to keep pushing the way we have been, and I think we can get. I think Bournemouth's defense have been very leaky all season. I think they are a team, though, that are going to threaten when they get forward, so we have to be aware of that. And it is probably about scoring 2 or 3 this game if we stand a chance of picking up 3 points. We just have to keep attacking. You can't sit off them.
No. Sad thing is, again, we've played well. We had the opportunity, or looked like we could go and score a second. Don't. And then they go and score out of nowhere. It's so infuriating. Here we go. Come on, ball. Line this one up.
I don't know why he backed up. He could have just had a hit. He seemed to maybe misread the flight of the ball because he could have lined up for a volley.
Yeah. That's what I was expecting him to do.
3-3 in my head, Simon Coley. Yeah, I mean, at least it'd be entertaining.
Bergvall going for the long throw here. Got some big guys in the box. Use it to our advantage. Big up, guys. Could everyone could ask you just to run up them like button, run up that like button? That'd be brilliant. Come on, win that header. Oh, it's flicked.
Oh, Pedro! Oh, Jesus. Sort of pulled out of it as he hit it.
Oh, that one's ended up in Brighton. Ref, come on, time now, ref. Win that. Well done, Porro.
I think Brett, no, he scored against Arsenal, but I know what you mean. Evan Nielsen maybe hasn't been hitting the back of the net of late.
Oh, he always scores against us, though. Dr. Tottenham always scores against us. Didn't he score the one in home defeat as well?
Yeah, I think, ever since he's come there, you're right. I think he's been scoring against us. He scored some absolute fair finishes, too. He's actually had some, if I can remember, he scored some pretty great goals against us. Oh, bad giveaway. You're asking for a pen, but I don't know if there's much in that.
Was just too strong there.
He also went down pretty easily.
Oh, that's stupid. There was no need to do that.
Bergvall tries to wiggle away. See, the press that they put on is relentless.
We've got no structure down this right-hand side. It's killing us. We can't progress the ball down it. There's no structure.
Well done, Bergvall.
Well done, Paulinia. Good play. There we go, Bergvall. That's better. Now move that on, Mickey.
Well done by Mickey into Jed.
Right foot, bang it in.
Top of the box to Bergvall. Oh,
unlucky, Lucas. Close. That's better.
That looked like it was headed in.
Some good football.
Actually looked like nearly a worldie from Bergvall. He's taking shots from distance, at least. He doesn't seem to care what Thomas Frank thinks. Yeah, that was close. Skimmed the top of the net. Just needed to dip a little sooner. Good curl on it, though.
Some good moves by Tottenham being created in this half. And, Romero's
what
hit.
Challenge.
Romero's come close. Bergvall's come close. Here we go. Break. Get on the overlap, Matisse. Use your pace, kiddo.
I'm Bergvall.
Oh,
Bentancur to literally none of them.
Holy shit. Has he seen a ghost of fucking Tottenham past or something there? Who's he passing it to?
Wins it back, but geez, what a terrible ball. He also had Bergvall. I think that was the better option. Bergvall had a lot of space.
Honestly,
it was a hell of a challenge, though, earlier by Romero. Semenyo was running at Romero and Benavent, and Romero put in an incredible challenge.
Ref. Come on. You wouldn't even see that at a rodeo. Thank you. I just don't even get who Bentancur even saw there. The obvious pass was Iron.
Well, he managed to hit it to nobody. He had 2 options, 3 options. He managed to hit to none of them. That's 2 long shots from Bergvall. He has to come off soon, says A. Hills. Frank is losing it.
Did we get this from... Oh, yeah, we did get this. Big up, Lee. Good to see you, Mr. Harvey.
Very good support from
great.
Lee. Dan Coy saying,
Great.
can't imagine a collective from the away Spurs fans after that Bergvall shot. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, this is good football. Good footwork.
Sir!
Ref.
Good play by Paulinho.
Are we going to put out a yellow card? I feel like I've said this 5 times in the last 10 minutes. Can we get a red or a yellow here, please?
Yeah, referee probably forgot his cards in Brighton.
Jesus Christ. Right, let's get a good delivery. Let's go and score here. Come on, Spurs. It's a shit delivery. Shit delivery.
Jed tries to hit it into the danger area, but to too many Bournemouth players. Good pressure from Paulinho. Forces Semenyo backwards.
Good pressure. And then there's no one following it up. Oh, my Lord. I don't get it. If someone just follows up on that player there, it takes the passing option out, which means he's panicking on the ball.
Oh, good interception from Jed. I agree, though. It's disjointed. Jed, you don't need to hold on to it there, man. You had options. Didn't need to hold on to it there. Poor from Jed. Semenyo out wide. One-on-one with the Pedro.
He's been
goes down the line.
Oh, no.
The guy skins him.
Far too easy.
Man, it's overhit the cross. Got lucky there.
Shame he's off to Man City. Pep Guardiola's going to ruin him.
Apparently, it's his last game and it's his birthday today, Semenyo. So Pedro Porro really has it cut out for him.
Yeah. Well, I'm hoping that being his last game, he might be too emotional. It might affect him in a negative way.
Yeah.
He picked the wrong option going to Pep. He's going to win titles, don't get me wrong, but... Well, actually, there's rumours Pep's out of there at the end of this season and Maresca's on his way in.
Oh, ref.
That's soft. That's soft. That's as soft as ice cream you take.
Away fans are singing loud, says Ella.
Good. Good.
Paul Connor saying, it doesn't look like we've dropped our heads completely. No, I wouldn't say so.
No. I'm seeing little mistakes and little errors I don't like, though, that will come back to bite us if we don't sort them out.
Get it out wide to Tavernier. Same position from earlier, and it's nearly another dangerous moment, and it's another goal. It's the exact same move from earlier as well. Tavernier out wide, whips it into a dangerous area. No one there to clear it, and it's Junior Creepy who scores. It's poor defending again from Spurs because it's the exact same goal that they created earlier.
And the thing is, they haven't even worked hard for it either. That's the thing. They haven't even worked hard for it. We've had more possession, more shots, and we're sitting here 2-1 down.
I mean, am I wrong, Dave? It's almost the exact same move. That's the thing. Out wide to Tavernier, cuts inside, whips it in, and no one there to clear it. Free space. Could be offside, though.
He's so free, it's unbelievable. I'm hoping he's off. Well, that ball across, he's on there, but is he off from the initial?
Senesi off, yeah.
But again, like, that space should either be filled by a midfielder or a defender, or he doesn't touch it. He doesn't touch it.
Senesi could be off.
Yeah, but I don't think that guy touches it, so he might actually be onside from the cross. Let's have another look.
Oh, you're saying Semenyo didn't touch it?
Yeah. If he doesn't touch that, he's on.
We should have parked the bus, says Chill.
Again, it's just sloppy defending from Tottenham Hotspur here. It's just sloppy, man.
Nope, it was on.
Fucking Tottenham, man.
cut open like a kipper, says Ed Sweeting.
It's just shit and sloppy defending. Like, it's just far too much space there. You want your defenders are supposed to go and head them clear. That's their job. Go and meet the ball and head it clear. Oh. And when you don't do that and you allow the ball to bounce, that's the exact shit that happens. And that's why you're taught as a child to not let the ball bounce and go and meet it and try and clear it. We didn't. We just dropped way too far deep. Oh my God, it's shocking. It's absolutely schoolboy.
Yeah. He's onside even if Semenyo actually did touch it. Roger Nichols saying, I thought Frank was meant to be this defensive expert. That's the thing. Like, we started out defensively strong, and kind of as every week has gone by, we've looked more open.
Oh.
We went from having one of the best defenses in the league to now kind of looking pretty bang average defensively.
And the sickening thing is, both goals have come from crosses from our left hand side. Both crosses haven't been dealt with or met by any centre midfielder or centre back coming into the box, and they've scored off both of them. It's schoolboy. It's sloppy. It's constantly retreating too far deep. Oh my God. I don't understand where the instructions have changed from instructing your fullback to get out and stop the cross from coming in, first of all. It's their fucking job. They're a defender to defend with your life. Try and stop that ball coming in from at all costs. We just go, nope, whip it in. And then when we're in positions up the other end, we refuse to do it.
PH family saying we're not defending any better than an Ange team. That's actually a fair point. Big D saying anyone surprised? Maybe not.
Good, but oh, fuck you. Where's he come out of? His camera angle's shocking.
Yeah, it's the worst to do watch-alongs for. Bear with us, everybody. Tony Yolo with a super chat saying, yeah, go ahead and just give Frank the pink slip. I think it is a must-win game for him. You know, of course, still a lot left to play, Tony, and I do feel like Bournemouth are not a good team defensively. We can score potentially 3 this game. We just need to keep it up. But with the way we're playing defensively right now, this could end up being an absolute basketball game. This is a must-win game for him, I feel like, and if he doesn't win this one, then there is a whole lot of pressure going into that Aston Villa game. There already was, even if he won this game, going into that Aston Villa one, because we know that sort of the FA Cup is really our last competition that we... Jeez.
Oh, my God. But we haven't helped ourselves with the setup either. You know, everything's too predictable. It's all got to come down the left-hand side. We have got no right-hand side because of whatever system he's picked. It's not working. Bergwall has picked to play there, and he's just constantly playing as a centre midfielder. So we're not giving ourselves the option of different sort of attacks. You know, it's just so predictable. It's so easy to defend against. You know, we're like Matisse Tell's game came from a goal, came from a moment of brilliance by him. Not by any good set-up play or anything, just a moment of brilliance from Matisse Tell. It's what we're relying to. It's what we're resorting on. Like, look now, go to put the ball down the right-hand side. Who's there? Absolutely nobody. He does this as well, where sometimes he does it, you know, he relies on the right and he sort of vacates the left. It's just mind-boggling. What are we actually trying to do here? It's killing us not having an option out down the right-hand side. Oh.
Good challenge by Paulinho.
Every time. Left-hand side, left-hand side. Matisse Tell would be bollocks by the time.
I mean, that's just so overhit by Mickey Van de Ven. That's really poor.
I'm going to lose my rag. I'm going to lose my bloody rag.
Spurs are resorting back to not being able to complete 1 or 2 passes. They started off brightly and we're stringing it together, playing some nice stuff, but now we're kind of going back to normal. Players were screaming at Vicario there. I mean, his kicking is just awful. This is the thing with Vicario. He doesn't really know how to play out from the back, but then his clearances are just god awful at times. Matisse Tell. Driving up the pitch. Still Matisse Tell. Sir! Does really well, Matisse Tell there. Getting us a free kick. Also very brave on the ball for him just to continue to run upfield. Semenyo gets the yellow card. Bournemouth haven't won in 12 games, and we're making them look like prime Brazil. They do play some nice stuff, Bournemouth, but yeah, that's the thing. They look good on the eye. They're a pleasing team to watch, but they have not won for a considerable amount of time. I think they're very vulnerable. Let's hope we can maybe pick up another good chance here. Xavi Simons tries to let it run past him in behind, but it doesn't work. Matisse Tell. Does so well. Matisse Tell's probably been the best player tonight. Breezy's a gas hand. I can't even face watching these games anymore. I mean, we're just gluttons for punishment, really, Breezy. I think this is one of the games, though, that is more entertaining to watch. Like, the Brentford game was easily one of the worst games I've ever seen of football. But this one, at least, there is some entertainment to it if you're a neutral.
Again,
Poor
no
from
right
Pedro
hand
Porro.
side. No right. But what do you want him to do, though? Like, where's he going with it? You know, there's no options. He's killing
Very
us with the
imbalanced.
setup. Yeah, it's so imbalanced. Matisse Tell is being used as a battering ram down the other side. It's too easy and way too predictable to set up against. Every time you get the ball, you're eliminating 33% of your attacking option. I don't get it. Oh, man.
Another great win by Palhinha.
Yeah,
Sir!
that's got to be a yellow. Now, that's about
From
10
behind.
fucking fouls.
It's from behind him.
No, Razzmatazz, put it in the fucking box. Just fucking launch the thing, Jesus Christ. Again, we can't because we've no right hand side, so we have to move it to the left again. And they're just going to circumvent all the bodies over there to take it off us.
Onto this. Well done by Xavi.
He's got a hairband. Book him. Not having that. Book him, ref.
Jerome with the super chat. Why did I open my mouth and saying this was going to be a 1-1? Oh, well, it is what it is. Hope you are feeling better, though, Dave.
Yeah. I'm getting there, Jerome. I'm getting there, my man. Just losing my love for the game. Just slowly as each game passes by.
Oh.
They'll take a quick throw here. Bergvall sprinted towards. He's unmarked. No, we'll take 10 minutes. Go long. Jesus. It better be a good long throw. It better be an exceptional throw.
I feel like Bergvall's long throws aren't usually very good.
And it's weak. It's
not even to the right. Well, it's not even to the right area either.
Right.
Bergvall here, though. Time and space.
Get it off the ground.
Sort of
I don't know what's more concerning. The fact that he's had 30 minutes to put that cross in and he goes for a shot. And we've got everybody in the box. All of our big guys in the box.
You'd give him the benefit of the doubt he went for the cross, but did he?
No,
I don't even know if he did. Oh, yeah, he tried to catch the keeper out. And he gives a stupid foul there.
Bring on Wilson Odegaard. Please bring him on at halftime.
Bergvall, man. That's such a dumb foul as well. Like, really, there's just no need for that. It's so late. He's lucky he didn't get a yellow card.
He's not the guy you need on the pitch when you're chasing the game.
Again, he's just sort of a guy that tries to look busy, but sometimes it just feels a bit.
There's a busy and then there's being erratic.
Yeah.
He's erratic.
Then Toniolo saying, I'm getting tired of saying I'll settle for the point. Exactly, man. It just feels like the standards have fallen so far for Spurs. You know, people saying things like, oh, like we shouldn't be expecting to win this game. It's like, well, years ago we would have said that.
Yeah. Well, they were demands on Conte and Jose, and that when he
Yeah,
went to play
exactly.
these teams.
Jose and Conte would have gotten sacked for, you know, losing to teams like this.
Bergvall, will you go and press the ball? He's walking. He's walking. He's walking. He's walking. It's like he's playing OAP football. Someone please give the guy a clout round the head and a fucking haircut.
Daniel Larson saying swap Bergvall for Alex Scott. Alex Scott plays it into Junior Krupi. Tries to square it. Bergvall, please. Good touch from Kolomwani. No one there, though, because there's no right-hand side. There's just no one there. Spot on, Dave.
It's Bergvall's job to go on the overlap there. He's jogging. Please help Mwani out, Bergvall. Please.
Well, it's just so imbalanced. There's just no one there because Bergvall's just all over the place. He doesn't really seem to even have a position this game. He's just sort of asked to just run like a headless maniac.
Well, there we are, halftime. I don't know how we find ourselves 2-1 down here. It's not like they've been good whatsoever. But you know what, Jack? I've taken notes through this half, and look, these are the notes I've sort of taken, and we can just pick it up from there. You know, the opening goal by Matisse Tell, you know, opens the scoring. Lovely build-up play by Spurs.
Yeah.
You know, a bit of individual, lovely back heel by Simmons.
Yeah, we looked good in those opening minutes. Yeah.
But, you know, a bit of individual brilliance from Matisse Tell, cuts inside, opens up the score, and you're thinking, oh, hang on, this could be our day here. You know, and then it all just comes crumbling down. Well, after that, then I think Bergvall had a shot that just, you know, hit the top of the net. Romero had a header then that sort of hit the top of the net. And then after that, it just crumbled. Same old Tottenham. We're on top of the game. We don't kill a team off when we need to. We allow them back in it, and then the mentality absolutely crumbles. We shit ourselves, and we go 2-1 down. We're sitting here now at half-time, 2-1 down. And what's worse for me is both goals are completely avoidable. First of all, Jets bench needs to do more to stop the cross coming in.
Yep.
I don't know where things have changed down the line, but the fullback's job was always to get out and stop the ball from coming in. He's failing to do that. He's just allowing the ball to come in from out there, left, right, and centre. After that, then, you know, you're taught as a 5-year-old centre back, you know, when you're being taught at grassroots level, by the way, where these people aren't being paid. Any ball that comes into the box, go and clear. Go and meet with your head, go and meet with some part of your body and get it clear. 2 balls that come into the box, not one of our defenders are there to meet it. Not Romero or Mickey Van de Ven. Absolutely fucking shocking. Schoolboy. And then, you know, but my biggest problem is we got lucky with that opening goal. We caught Bournemouth cold. But the way we were set up was never, ever going to sustain that 1-0 lead. Because the way we set up, we have no right-hand side. It is so lopsided that it's so easy for Bournemouth to set up against us. If Matisse Tell can't get on the ball and beat 2-3 players and show individual brilliance, which he's done a bloody good job of, by the way.
Yeah, he's played really well.
A bloody good job. But if he can't do that, we have nothing going forward. And I don't understand it. By not playing Udebur down the right-hand side, you're eliminating 33% of your attacking options. You've got 3 ways. You've got the left, through the middle, on the right, and he's taking out 33% of that by playing Bergvall on the right-hand side, but technically playing him as a midfielder. And you've seen there right towards the end of the half, we're looking for balls out. We're looking for an avenue down that side. Nobody. Absolutely nobody. And so if most of our bodies are naturally shifted over to the left-hand side anyway to try and attack, then how the fuck are they scoring 2 goals from the left-hand side by putting balls into the box? It's just absolutely mind-boggling. It was set up to fail from the start with this lineup. I've seen it. I've seen problems. You know, you highlighted it. Wilson Odebur, absolutely bloody brilliant against Sunderland. Dropped today. Yeah. Why? And then we're sitting here screaming for a right winger.
Well,
fail.
It's a classic tinkering from Thomas Frank that just once again just hasn't worked, right? Maybe if I were to assume the logic is that he wanted an extra body in midfield, knowing that Bournemouth press really high. They're a team that will try to win the ball back, but then also maybe Bergvall was there to help out Pedro Porro in case Semenyo has played down that side. And maybe he didn't trust Odegaard to help him out, even though I would say Odegaard in the last game was one of our best pressers in that game. He won the ball back in some good areas, and I don't usually accuse him of being someone that's lacking, sort of out of possession, to be honest, not like a Walker like a Brennan Johnson was or something in the past. And I think Thomas Frank has just once again overthought things and maybe over tinkered things and has left the team very imbalanced because Bergvall, it's hard. I mean, you're saying he's on the right, I think, to be kind to him, but I feel like he's not really had much of a position this game. He's just sort of like a
He's
headless
not being
chicken, just
instructed
sort
to
of
play
running
as a right
around,
winger, is
really,
he?
like given a free role, but it's not worked at all.
Yeah, he's not being instructed to play as a right winger. Technically, he's selected to play on the right. So this
Exactly.
is what we're actually playing. We're playing 4 across the back. We're playing 4 in midfield. Matisse Tell off the left. Mawani up front with no right winger. Make it make fucking sense. It's absolutely mind-boggling. It's dog shit. When we're in possession, we can't attack down that right-hand side, which means then eventually, within 10 minutes, Bournemouth figures out and all of a sudden take away our intent. We're done and dusted. I'm absolutely sick of it with this guy. You know, at the start, it used to be a good thing when you were winning games, but at the start, it was a set of teams, set of formation. Since then, since that last defeat to Bournemouth at home, he's changed everything up. He's starting to go with these weird formations, these lopsided things. I'm sorry, but he's not fucking Pep Guardiola, and neither does he have the squad of Pep Guardiola to try and make these fucking thing works. It's just, and I'm sorry, but if we're sitting here left bamboozled and confused and don't believe in it, you can only imagine what them players feel like when they're walking out over that white line. I'm sick of it.
No, he's just made the team so imbalanced, so lopsided. Like Dave said, we really are only just relying going down that left hand side. So might as well then just take Chase Mullins' super chat to be somewhat positive. Chase is saying Tell has been effing class today. Everyone else though has absolutely sucked. I think we saw everyone start brightly, but Matisse Tell has been the green shoot, for the majority of this half. He's been driving us up the pitch. He's been very brave on the ball. Wouldn't say he's really even lost it at any points, too, impressively, despite what Dave said. He's had 2, 3 players around him at times, and he's found a way to still hold on to it. I think another thing Dave pointed out is maybe Richarlison should be taking notes from this performance in terms of holding up the ball and being able to sort of handle it under pressure. He's done very good, and he's been bright, and he just finds a way as well to find the back of the net, despite not being given much playing time by Thomas Frank. I do feel like, though, we need to get Wilson Odegaard on just to balance out this team, have an equal threat down the right and down the left, allow Xavi Simons to be given more of a license in midfield. I don't know if Bentancur and Paulinho have necessarily been the problem. I think Bentancur's been pretty sloppy at times on the ball, but then at other times he's had some really nice bits of play. Paulinho has been winning good tackles for us. I just think we need to get Bergvall
But the
off. He
thing
just
is,
doesn't.
though,
Bergvall just doesn't seem to be helping the team really in any way whatsoever, other than just taking pop long shots this game.
yeah. The thing is, though, I know we're sitting here saying these players are sloppy on the ball, right? But you put yourself in a Bentancur or Paulinia's situation,
With
right?
no options. Yeah.
You're on the ball and you've got no options out the right hand side. Your only options are to progress it down the left, but they've already got their bodies over there stopping that. What do you want these guys to do?
Yeah.
What do you want them to do? They're being funneled into these mistakes because of the way we're set up.
Yeah.
But he could have just instructed Bergvall to play as a natural right winger today, but he didn't. And the fact that he didn't, and he selected him, and now he's playing him as a central midfielder. But even in there, the extra body in there, we're still not coming out on top of the battle and stuff like that. And we're left so lopsided. And again, it's another one. People get excited by what are we doing? Oh, it's mysterious. It's brilliant. It's absolutely bullshit. It's boring and it's fucking sucking the life out of me. This team again was picked to respect Bournemouth. Before the game, we come into this game. He's given an interview right before the game. What are we going to see today, basically? And this is a
We're going to
Bournemouth team that
respect the hell out of Bournemouth.
that haven't won in 11 games, and he comes out with, well, this is one of the most trickiest opponents in the league.
Yeah.
So that's his messaging to the fans, which is what that interview is about, to the pundits and everything else. What's the message to them players walking out here today?
Levy gone, Olive Enoch next, with the super chat saying Frank picks the side with most thought going into how to stop the opposition. How about pick the side that is best for us to actually win the damn game? And I think Bergvall is an example of that, right? He's picked Bergvall for some reason to try to maybe stifle the Bournemouth opposition, where he could have thought about it, where go with a guy like Odebear, who played very well in the last game, Tell, who played very well in the last game together, and Colomwani, build that French connection that we have maybe building at the minute, get Xavi Simmons into the team, and then you would be looking at that lineup as like, yeah, he's going for the win this game. He's going for a stronger lineup. But by tinkering things, he has, thought probably more about how he can maybe stifle and hurt burn Bournemouth instead of actually how to just play our game, to be honest. Levy
What
gone.
frustrates me is, right, last year on the ranch, with the limitations across the front line, you could understand why we predominantly played down Sunside and got Johnson to come in at the back post, right? But when you bring in Kudos, Simmons, Amawani, so that you're not stuck playing that way, and we're back to playing that way again, absolute fraud, this guy. Absolute bloody fraud. And he's doing it by choice. That's the worst thing. He's doing it by choice. And it's been the same thing all season. All he's done is, oh, Kudus is out injured, so he's out injured. Rather than actually try and invent and come up with a different way of playing, which is what the sorcerer is supposed to be fucking known for, he's gone, well, I'll just do what I do down the right hand side and move it over onto the left-hand side. Today it's Mitty style. You're my battering ram. Honestly, when he's picking his wingers, don't give them a jersey. Give them a fucking bulletproof vest and send them out there, because that's exactly what you're asking them to do. I'm absolutely fed up with it. How are we looking similar to what we did last season, but worse? He's a fraud. This guy has no ingenuity about him. He could have just played Wilson Odegaard today. And to this guy's comment here, worry about what we're going to do to the opposition.
Yeah.
Me, as a fan of Tottenham Hotspur all my life, even when we weren't, even before we struggled to break into that top six, we still went after teams. We never glazed them as much as this. We never almost gave them that confidence walking into the game. You're so good. You're brilliant. This is what you're great at. Everything else. You're almost giving them a fucking hard on before they come into the game. It's nonsensical. I'm not having it with this guy. He set us up again to worry about the opposition and not actually go and win a game. I'm fed up with it.
And then Tin Man 007, really good comment by yourself, Levy gone. But Tin Man 007 saying Thomas Frank before the game. Bournemouth, in my opinion, are one of the most difficult teams to play against. Guys, they haven't even won in 11 games for F's sake. Dave is on the exact same page as you, Tin Man. He's on the exact same page. I mean, he would come up against, who was it last year, Dave, that we came up? Not Stevenage, Tamworth. He would come up against Tamworth and he would find something really positive to say about them. Yeah, you have to fear Tamworth. They're really good. Tom Donks or whatever his name was, he would bring up, how good he is or whatever that guy was on that team. It's just becoming insane at this point. We just respect the opposition just far, far too much. Thank you, Tin Man, for the generous support.
There's one thing though, Jack, respecting the opposition with your words, but you don't follow through with your tactics and everything else.
Yeah, with your actions.
To Bournemouth. You can respect them in the press by showing them a little bit of respect, but then still sending your team to go after them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I felt like previous managers showed that they would be asked those sort of questions where they're clearly being instructed by sort of the question itself from the journalist to say something nice about the opposition or the opposition manager, but then you don't really see the just glazing that Thomas Frank likes to do, for the opposition team. Tony Olo saying these analytic guys just don't work. Get me an old school manager, get me a Xavi, tired of playing like a relegation side, paying respects to crap teams. That just seems to be the big theme tonight, Tony, is that everyone's just tired of respecting the opposition, trying to sort of gear the tactics around, how can we, stifle their threats? How can we sort of try to frustrate them with what they do so well? It seems like everybody's now on the page of how about we work on what we do well? How about we sort of hurt the team in the way that we know we can, instead of just being so focused about the opposition.
But there's a bit of balance, right? You can pull individual players in and say, look, this is their danger man. This is how we're going to stop them. But then after that, that's enough. You work on how you're going to break down the opposition, how you're going to win the game. This guy's just pulling them in. Respect them, do this, do that. So much to the point against Chelsea and Arsenal. We sat in and played 11 men on in our own box. I've never, ever seen us do that, ever going into them games, showing that level of respect and stuff like that. I can't put up with it anymore. I just cannot put up with it.
Thank you for the generous support, by the way, Tony. And then
that guy in the pre-match build-up, Jack, football is about glory, doing it your way.
Yeah. Yeah, like No Pasa Nada said it. Absolutely. DJ saying, what's with the backwards free kicks? I wonder if that's some of the players starting to get frustrated with maybe the instruction because we did that in the beginning of the season, right? Against PSG, against Man City, when we won those free kick scenarios, everyone got forward, everyone sort of had an idea of what they wanted to do from a set piece. I don't seem to be doing that as much anymore, DG, but I agree. We saw that even when we were chasing a game at one point. Vicario, right, ends up sort of playing it backwards when we have everyone push forward. It just seems like they don't have any idea what they're doing anymore out on the pitch, which in my opinion is more on the manager than it really is on the players. Simon Gibbs saying, "Thank you, chaps." Thank you, Simon. That's very generous, my friend. Hopefully, you have something to distract yourself, or at least you're enjoying being
Yeah,
around company for games like this. Thank you for the
love
generous
Tom.
support, Simon. And then Shemi Tan, member for 20 months. Shem, you absolute legend. He's saying you two are the only reason I still even watch these games. Thank you. I think we all
Be
were
honest with
missing
you,
each
you guys.
other in that Brentford game, Shem, because that was one of the most boring games I'd ever
No.
seen as a football fan. And I did kind of miss hanging out with Dave, hanging out with you guys during a game like that because it was absolutely shocking to watch.
No, absolutely spot on. You look, you guys are the ones that are pulling me and Jack towards the camera now. You know, at this point, I don't think any of us want to be sitting here moaning. You know, I'm nearly a 40-year-old man. You think I want to be sitting here crying and getting stressed, working my blood pressure up, you know, my throat getting sore and everything else? I don't. The only reason why I'm turning up now is just for you guys, and to be
Yeah,
honest with you,
more entertaining.
to try and expose where Frank is going wrong. That's the only reason why I'm here now anymore. I'm just bored of it. He sucked the soul out of me in terms of my love for the game, for football, and everything else. Just the way he sees it. I can't.
Leighton Evelyn saying goodbye, Frank. Drop kicker teacher saying either they aren't practicing passing and balls sent into the box, or they are, and he's just not correcting it. We will careen forward towards relegation under Thomas Frank. There's someone that put in a comment, Artist T, basically saying if once again, like last season under Ange, if there weren't just 3 or 4 teams just god awful, in the league, we would be finding ourselves, very close to being in a relegation battle. So there is something to that. And he's saying not this season, but eventually our luck will run out. Just look at West Ham. Fair points. Fair
Yep.
points.
You keep making the wrong decisions, it will.
Keep bringing in the wrong managers, it will as well. Like
And the
everyone
thing is,
just keeps saying, "Oh, you can't keep sacking managers." I agreed with that point from Soren and from Faz Radfar. Well, maybe we're just making the wrong appointments. It's not that it's every single time, it's the player's fault. It's like, well, what if it's actually just the managers aren't actually doing the most with the players that they're given?
well, like the thing is, right? You know, and I hope Tyler's listening actually, because this is something Tyler sort of pulled me up on yesterday in the chat, which he's more than welcome to, by the way. But he's saying, Dave, why aren't you bashing the players maybe as much as you used to and stuff, and you're sort of going after the managers? And I was just trying, I've come to the realization is that the quality of your manager matters as well, just as much as it does the players. And you know when you look at it, right, Jose Mourinho, Conte, right, they had massive holes in their squad defensively and stuff, but they were able to cover them a lot more. You
Yeah.
know,
We were
with
sitting fifth, sixth in the league with those
exactly
guys. Yeah.
Thomas Frank can't. He can't cover them gaps. He can't get the most out of it. And that's why I'm on Thomas Frank, because he's just not the right guy. And I could sense it from day one. And I'm not gonna go against, what I think is wrong just for the sake of views and stuff like that. And that shows at the time when I was the only dissenting voice towards it. I didn't think it was the right guy. I still don't think he's the right guy. And for me, other managers have covered up our deficiencies. Every manager's going to walk into Tottenham and have deficiencies within the squad, right? Every manager. But some cover up with better than others. And that's where I'm at with it. That's
And
why
then
I go after Thomas Frank.
and then Sebas Wolf, member for 33 months. Big up to you, Sebas, saying Frank was never the right guy. Sack him now. I think a lot of people are echoing the similar sentiments today, even before this game for Sebas, and now that the game's kicked off as well.
Tyler, I know we had Kane and Son, but we didn't have a great midfield. We had an
We
absolutely
had Harry
horrendous
Winks in the
back
team.
line.
Yeah.
Horrendous back line, stuff like
Dyer.
that. So, my point is every
Doherty.
manager has holes in their squad to deal with. Some managers are just better at working with it and covering up than others. And look at this guy. It looks like he's been fucking blow dried at halftime. His whole face, it looks like he's got Botox. Probably had lunch as well. I'm sick of him. He looks shocked. I know it's cold, but Jesus Christ. The guy looks like he's landed on the beach of Normandy for World War II. Fuck off.
He's got the best hair on the beach.
I need a second. I need to have a quick cigarette. I shouldn't, but when I throw, but this guy's driving me to.
He's got the best hair at Normandy Beach, to be fair to him. He's getting blow dried at halftime. He doesn't have a banana that he walked out with. He's improving. Van de Ven Tries to play into into Tell. Flicks it on. No substitutions by Thomas Frank, by the way, everybody. He's gone with the same team. We're going to be just as imbalanced as we were in the first half. Xavi Simons, more or less, still playing through the middle. Good interception from Jet Spence here. Tries to cut inside. He's got to get rid of it into Paulinho. Everything's clogged up, though, there. Once Jet Spence goes inside, everything's clogged up. Matisse Tell does really well. Finds Xavi Simons. Really good play by Xavi and Tell. Cleared away by Lewis Cook. If he wasn't there, it would have been a dangerous move. Matisse Tell continuing to build off of that good performance in the first half. Needs to try to get Xavi Simons into the game a bit more, though. Bergbaugh whips it in. Not a great cross. Didn't have any height on it. Bentancur, good flick on. Pedro Porro doesn't read it. Bournemouth countering there, and they win a throw-in. Need to find a way to get the ball into Tell as much as possible. He's been the real bright spot in this game. The real bright spot. Every time he's gotten it, he's almost made something out of nothing.
The problem with Matisse Tell, though, Jack, is if we keep running legs off him like this, come 60, 70 minutes, he's bollocks. Who's going to pick up the attacks then?
That's true.
That's why he needs to get a right winger on the pitch now to open it up and start using someone else to go at.
Right. Take a bit of the onus off of him, 100%.
Anyone going to move? Anyone? My lord. Bentancur on the ball, not one player demanding it. They're gone hiding now. Go on, Jedi. Come on, Jedi. Come on, Jedi. Oh, please bring the ball with you, please. Free kick? Yeah, we'll have that. Ref's giving us one there.
Good to see you, Steve D. I'm not sure if he said hello to you today. Hopefully you're doing okay, sir. Apart from craziness of Spurs. Everyone, if you can, too, please smash the like button if you've been here with us. We do appreciate it. Just help send this out to more and more Spurs fans that need this therapy.
Good footwork. Spence onto Matisse Tell.
Cleared away. Go backwards to Van de Ven. All the way back to Vicario.
Well, if we want substitutions by the 60 minute, Frank better start fucking giving them instructions now.
I think AK Shags made a funny comment in the chat earlier saying, my prop bet today is we're going to concede when Thomas Frank takes 10 minutes over his substitution.
Yeah, for sure. Come on, Xavi, please. Please give me a moment.
Pick out someone, man. You had options the whole time, lad. The whole time you had options.
Or drive him over the sideline.
Nothing there, ref. Nothing there.
You what a pussy.
Nothing there.
Get up. Bounce the throw in off his head, actually.
Boredom settings have been switched on, says Skunk.
Yeah. Rummy. Right hand side? Nope. Back across the left. Why? Because fucking Bozo hasn't put a right winger in. Come on, Jedi. You're going to have to skin 3 players here.
Need to get Odebear on. Xavi just took too much time there, Tyler. Like, he had options on the left there. He had open players, but he just trying to do too much, or he just taking his time too much there. He's got to move the ball.
You can imagine Frank there. You just showed him speaking to Jason Cochrane. You can imagine going, just stumbled across something. We don't have a right winger, which means we're so predictable. Maybe we should bring on a right winger. What a twit. It's just my opinion. Every time the ball comes across the right-hand side, we don't have a way to progress it, so we need to move it back. How about Wilson, go and warm up? How about start him? And I'm Poro.
Frank must use ChatGPT for his subs, says Skunkworks.
That's what Jason Cochran's there for. Everyone thinks he's on the iPad with tactical pictures.
Just talking to ChatGPT.
Yeah, ChatGPT.
We practice long throws more than we practice breaking a presses, AK.
I mean, what's that there from Krupi? I mean, he's practically slam dunk Van de Ven's head into the pitch there, ref. That's it, Mickey Van de Ven. Chew him up. Give him a nipple cripple.
Into Bergval. Bergval has taken on many of players. Keeps going. He's just doing too much once again. Him and Xavi Simmons both doing too much.
Ran into a blind alley there, but also you don't see Poro busting a gut to go and help him either. Go on,
Xavi.
Simmons.
Into Jed, who's always going to have to come back inside.
Vicario, that's just a weak pass.
Romero tried to play it into Bergval. Bergval gets shoved to the ground.
His hair's out of place. It's hurting him. He needs physio.
Yeah, he is down. He's taking a knock to the head.
He's holding his fringe. Just bring on Wilson or whatever at this point.
Seems to be frustrated, Bergval.
I think he knows he's coming off. I think he knows he's going to have to come off here, maybe. He's crying, looks like.
Must be a real injury.
Yeah, it must be a strain or something here. Let's have a look.
Yeah, he's gone down before he even received it.
He's gone down without any contact. Well, it looks like, yeah, he's holding his leg there, isn't he? Yeah, it's gone.
It's either his groin or his hip.
Hamstring, groin, or his tendons has popped. By the way,
it seems to be on the front of his leg, so I think it must be, yeah, groin or hip.
By the way he went down there, to me, it's looking like it could be tendons or Achilles. It's not good.
Whenever you see a player react like that, they seem to know that they're going to have to be.
It was like Kudos the other day. He knew his race was run. You know, it looks like Bergval knows the same here. We just have to prolong it for 10 minutes so we can get instructions to Wilson. For a guy that walks around with a tactical pad, he is so clueless about tactics. It's unbelievable. Honestly. It's definitely a muscular or something like that for sure.
Just like Kudus, he is able to walk off, but in Kudus' case, we still found out it was about 6 weeks. So you hope with Bergval it's shorter.
You might see Kudus in 2032, Jack.
Oh my gosh. What is even on the pad, says Tyler. I said it's Candy Crush. It has to be Candy Crush.
Probably a picture of Scarlett Johansson, Jordan, fucking, and I don't know who else, and goes, which one?
Playing Clash of Clans.
Where he brings them in. Yeah, yeah.
All done by Odebear.
Right, Spence, take it.
Find Odebear.
Go on, have a shot. Have a shot.
Odebear? Good turn.
Right, Moani, let's go.
Back into Pedro. Good idea by Colo. Giving it back to Pedro. Odebear.
Pedro probably could have crossed that first time there rather than
I agree. He didn't seem to know what to do with it, but it's out wide to Matisse Tell.
Come on, Matisse.
Tell.
Go on the outside and put in a cross in. He doesn't want it.
Does well, Tell. Getting shoved off the ball there by Jimenez.
Maybe he did want it. My bad.
He's shaky though, Jimenez. Whenever I've watched him play, I do feel like he's one of their weaker links.
Well, it's the first time he's fucking stopped Ted all evening, to be fair.
His groceries list, says Daniel Larson. Yeah, he's doing online shopping.
you think I should go with asparagus or cucumber?
Yeah, he's like, because Mrs. is asking what I should order from the Thai restaurant.
It's like that Domino's ad, you know, when they go Domino's.
He's on like DoorDash.
Yeah, Domino's. Yeah, we're just ordering it up there for after the game. What's your order? Pineapple? That's why it takes
Yeah,
so long
he's
to get them on.
getting,
Pineapple on pizza? Oh, whoa. We need to have a debate about this.
he gets bananas on his pizza.
Yeah. Bananas, apples, and fucking oranges.
Tony Yola with the super chat saying he's booking his next hair appointment.
Where do you
Good ball in Odebear. Time and space for Odebear. He's running at him. Oh.
Do you know what it is? He's trying to Wilson.
Chubby!
Yeah!
Oh!
It's bouncing everywhere but the goal.
Chubby! Get rid of it, man.
Great
What a ball.
Great ball, kid. Put it in.
Pedro, what was that? What was that?
Do you know what it is, Jack? He's asking the players, when I get sacked, where should I retire? Yeah. Bahamas, Monaco, Algarve.
Booking his Copenhagen lads trip, his stag do for his Copenhagen. Just when Odebear gets it back here, he's got to try to find Kolo Muani. And it's a poor hit from Xavi Simons. Could have maybe pulled the trigger there as well, Xavi.
There, though, that's beautiful.
Yeah, it was. Got out of a tricky situation there, to be fair to him. That's poor from Pedro. That's a bad challenge. Is it offside? No.
Pedro, you bellend.
It's a bad challenge.
Simon Giggs, asparagus, you're taking the piss, Dave. I do drop it into a pesto pasta. It's nice, actually, and believe it or not, it's supposed to be good for your middle leg. Greens is supposed to be very good for men.
He's watching Breaking Bad. He's like catching up on a series. Be funny if he had the AirPod in or something like some of these guys.
What hairdo do you think I should rock next? Oh, this is good football.
Lovely stuff. Come on, lads. Well, Milani. Unlucky.
No, fuck you.
Unlucky.
Oh, come on, Tottenham. Please.
Stevie Fraser, Poro's had a shit game so far. FL for the second goal and poor decision making. I think it's a combination of maybe him and Jet Spence, because sort of Jet Spence kind of allows the same cross to come in twice. But then on both occasions, it was really poor defending from the whole team inside the penalty area.
But also the second goal, look where the ball bounces. You should never be allowing the ball to bounce in your box like that.
Yeah.
I hate to say it, but he'd probably fucking scrap you a goal here now, Richie. Get him on. Get him on, Stevie. Well done, Xavi. Go on, Spence. Get there. Oh, unlucky.
Oh, no, they've cut through us here. No foul there. No foul there. Oh, my Lord, ref. He has bought that, ref. He has bought that in front of your eyes.
Oh.
It's shoulder to shoulder, but it's not even any real contact whatsoever. Oh, my Lord, he's bought that, ref. And it's shoulder to shoulder. Come on, ref.
In hindsight, I shouldn't have had that cigarette.
Callum saying breaking transfer news: Thomas Frank has bought a new transfer style or a new hairstylist. Evan Nielsen being taken off, Enes Unal coming on, and also Krupi being taken off. That's probably lucky for us. And then David Brooks coming on.
He's played well for them recently, Brooks.
Yeah. He's going to probably be asked to step up in Semenyo's absence. Can they take off Semenyo too? Give him a little bit of a a tribute, please. Also, so that Pedro Porro can be given a break. Bournemouth waiting for the inevitable Semenyo goal before they sub him off, says K32.
That's Porro's 5th yellow of the season, so that's him out now as well for...
No, they have like a clean... They're past the 20 match mark, so he needs to accumulate 10 yellow cards in order to get a 2-match suspension. I just looked this up the other day for Romero, because Romero's on 7, and he was able to avoid the extra match suspension, but hits the wall, the free kick. Just have to clear this, Jed. I know they're going to win it off you here.
Oh, well done.
Gets away with it, though. Why are you getting turned?
No, you can't lose it there now. Wins the free, that'll do.
He's so afraid to use his left foot in any scenario.
You're almost begging Donald Trump to come in and take Frank like he did Maduro now, aren't you, really?
Yeah, that's been the common meme on Twitter.
Bring him up. Yeah, what's the crime? Lowering the standards of a fucking top 6 football club.
He probably's got a lot of oil in his hair, so maybe that could be why.
That's why he wants Greenland, isn't it?
Yeah, Denmark owned Greenland.
She's in. Oh, come on, Spurs.
Oh, lovely by Tell. Lovely by Tell.
He's
playing out. He's playing out of his skin tonight.
He's looking like Ronaldinho tonight.
Oh my Lord, Palhinha! It's turning like a tanker.
Ref. He's practically put his fingers.
I mean, ref. When are you going to blow that whistle, mate? How about today? Do you need him to be poked at 10 times while he's on the ground?
He practically had his fingers up his arse. Fucking book him, please. He's walking him like he's a dog.
Charleston coming on for Kolomoani. You have to feel for Kolomoani.
Again, what's been created for him?
Exactly. Absolutely. And I think his hold-up play has been fine tonight. His hold-up play has been good.
It's just we can't create one shot inside the box for the guy. At this rate, Thomas
Stevie Fraser, close your eyes.
Out of the France squad. I don't think we've crossed the ball since the 10th minute.
Tony Yolo saying subs incoming around the 80th minute. He's made 2 so far, but that's because he's probably needed to. Oh, Romero, it's a poor giveaway. He has needed to make subs. But even the Bergvall one was forced, maybe not even to his own credit, to be honest, Tony. Win this. Well done, Tell. Really well done. Needs a run.
Oh, we have to wait for everyone to get up from sitting so deep first. It's a joke.
Pedro has to turn back. Palhinha into Bentancur. Good turn.
Keep it moving now.
Matisse Tell is inside. Xavi Simons is now outside on the wing, on the left.
He wants to go. Deliver the cross.
Oh, lovely play by Xavi. Good run by Tell.
Find the back post. Richarlison is begging for it, please.
Tell. To Palhinha.
Blocked.
Out for a corner.
Yeah, we'll take that, Jack. I will take it.
Good play by Tell again. Just good hold up once again. It's just he's had tight feet tonight. Very tidy feet.
Good ball by Simmons as well, that.
True. Yeah,
Just
to
held
find
it
that run.
for the run, yeah.
And then Jerome with the super chat saying Brentford are 2-0 up against Sunderland. I swear the more I see them doing better, the more angry I'm getting with Frank's appointment. What was that unpopular opinion, Dave? That Frank was holding Brentford back?
Doesn't look so unpopular anymore, does it?
No. Well, it's just funny, right? Because they loved him at Brentford, rightfully so. He kept them up for so many years, stabilized them. But now that they've moved on to a different manager, they've Richarlison!
Oh, I want to go in.
He missed. Oh, I hope he was challenged because he just needs to put that in the back of the net.
That better be blocked because he's 2 yards out.
That's what I was saying. Exactly, Dave. Or you at least better have been shot.
Good ball by Romero.
Oh, no.
He's off the post.
I think he missed. I just think he missed. He's 2 yards. He's probably less than 2 yards out. Need a better angle, though. Need a better replay. Here it is. Romero wins it. Great header from Romero. Oh, my Lord, Richie.
He's off the post. He's got to score. How's he hitting the post from there? He's literally 3 yards out.
Yeah, he misses it, really. Like, that's just headed wide. He's probably lucky he hit the post. It's not like he hit the inside of the post. Semenyo gets him behind us here.
He's just too quick.
Oh, poor clearance by Spence. Terrible clearance by Spence. Shocking there. But yeah, Jerome, I think it's almost like Thomas Frank maybe at a certain stage after maybe he was there 9 years. Maybe after year 5, he was starting to hold back Brentford.
It's a bit like Chris Hughton at Brighton. When they got rid of him, everyone was like, oh, they're going to go down. They're going to go down.
Graham Potter, too. Yeah. Good point. Overhit there.
I can't get on to the kid. It's his first bad pass of the day. Oh, ref.
Maximus saying Richie should just aim for the advertisement display. He would get it in the goal.
Yeah, yeah.
Even Stevie Frazier, you got to appreciate that. That's actually quite funny. Just aim for out of the stadium. He'll absolutely blast it to the back of the net.
Tom Lowry, I don't think you have to worry about anyone scapegoating Richie for Frank. Honestly, I don't think you have to worry about that whatsoever.
Yeah, there are very few Richie fans. Tony Yola saying, I'm sick of him and we're 6 months in.
Yeah. Well, like, everyone goes, oh, he's only 6 months in. He's had 34 fucking games in charge. This is number 34 today. It's nearly a whole Premier League season worth of games.
Van de Ven?
We're relying on our centre-back to go again.
Sir!
Penalty! Blow your whistle.
Sir!
Yes!
Come
He's giving it.
Van de Ven with another insane run.
Oh honestly.
Cheat code. This guy is an effing cheat code. Look at this. It's another insane run by 5-6 players.
Again, he just runs the whole pitch.
Takes David Brooks for a ride, and David Brooks, I think, is the one who brings him down.
He just gets fed up of everyone else doing jack shit. He says, I'll do it on my own. It's Super Van de Ven again, and it's definitely a penalty. He's caught him. There's no way. None of that's clean. No, he's caught him. That's a penalty, yeah. Oh, there's 2 catches there. It's 2 bad tackles. If they overturn this, they're pricks.
What a cheat code, Van de Ven. Saving.
Well, we have to get Romero to decide who takes this penalty. That's usually his job now, isn't it? Thomas Frank has evaded that responsibility. Oh, they're checking it. Of course they are. They're going to check to see if Mickey Van de Ven put his leg into that guy. No, he's in the way. You can't. You got to give it.
Wasn't David Brooks the one who trips him initially?
Yeah, well, there's definitely contact there. They'll just argue whether that's outside. Well, it's inside. There's contact. And that contact knocks him off course and sends him into the other guy. So it's a penalty for me. It's brilliant play for him. Like, if Mickey Van de Ven can do this, why can't some of our other players?
Oh, fuck off.
God.
They're going to overrule it.
Yeah.
We don't get penalties. We just don't get penalties. We never get effing penalties. I mean, clearly David Brooks must have touched him in some manner in order to trip him up.
The thing is, he's going at such speed that it doesn't take a lot to take him off course. You know what I mean? Any sort of contact would take this guy off course, and that's what's happened there. The first tackle, which is bad, sends him into the second tackle. Watch. He's already put him off balance there. Maybe there's a small element of Mickey van de Ven looking for it, but that's what good players do.
That'd be a penalty for Arsenal every single week.
Oh, for sure it would be. He's in the way.
That'd be a penalty for Arsenal.
What would help the Bournemouth defender
every single game.
His hands up like that. That's what's going to help the Bournemouth defender.
10
so
he's
standing in the way, but going, I'm not touching you. Look, it's ridiculous.
10 out of 10, that'd be a penalty for Arsenal or Liverpool.
Any other team, if this was any other team playing us, it'd be given. It's the first tackle that knocks him off balance for the second one. He's to change course. Oh my God. Just don't lose.
And he's given Van de Ven a yellow card as well.
Don't go and say it's sent off. Just go get on the ball and go and do it again. It's the best reaction. It's coming, Mickey. At speed, it's a penalty all day long. Fuck off, Irioli, you ugly fuck.
Why is it that anytime our players appeal for more than 2 seconds, we're given a yellow card as well? I've seen so many players for other teams that aren't captains, have a 3-minute conversation with the referees and they're not given a yellow card. But anytime we appeal, we're given yellow cards straight away. It's like we're never allowed to speak to the ref. Even our own captain's not allowed to speak to the ref and he gets yellow carded.
I've actually just wrote that one down as something to talk about at some point this week because you're absolutely spot on, Jacko. Every fucking game it's happening now. Oh, please. Please, please, please.
Richarlison, lad.
Oh, my
Richarlison.
God.
Richarlison, please, dude. Please.
Oh, my Lord.
Oh, you lucky fuck.
He's so lucky. He is so, so lucky. That could have been 3-1 down off just a shit touch. He is so lucky.
I mean, Stevie is right. I mean, the hold-up play between him and Colomani is night and day. Just right there for Charleston. The fact that that's the touch that he makes to try to play it off to someone else is just unbelievable.
Yeah, J-Mac, that is big Fraser Forrester on the bench. He signed there.
Great play from Tell. That looked naughty as well, ref. Can we have a yellow card? Thank you. Great play from Tell once again.
He's only been given a yellow card now, this guy. Is this ref taking the piss? How's he not been booked before this? Oh, Matisse, lovely bit of movement. Good ball! Good ball! Please! Oh, it's got to be a corner. It's unbelievable play again from Matisse Tal. Just drops short here, gets on the ball, lovely touch. Cuts inside, delivers a beautiful cross for the on-running players. Be fortunate to get a corner here. Charleston was offside there.
Oh, Romero nearly onto it.
And again.
Paulinho!
Yes! It's João Paulinho at the overhead!
Oh,
what a fucking screamer!
Oh, my Lord, Paulinho!
Get in, João! Tyler, what a goal, Tyler. You love this guy.
Oh, my Lord, what a
Your
finish.
defense is terrified. João is on fire. Ooh! Na, 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 na.
Oh, my Lord.
Oh,
another banger. He scored probably some of the best goals this season, Joao
Oh, that's off
Paulinho.
his equalizer against Wolves earlier on in the season with the
It's
banger.
even
Look at
better.
that.
I'd say it's a far better
Oh, it's
finish.
way better. Look at this. It's the execution.
Look at
Pops
the
up
angle.
overhead.
Gosh.
Pops up for the bicycle. And my God, did he get on it and fucking ride
Bang.
it. Look at that. Oh, it's beautiful. What a goal from Matisse. Or from Zhao. Oh, it's beautiful.
What a
Let's go and get the winner.
goal.
What a goal. Pick that one out.
Come on, lads. Let's get 3.
Let's go. Matisse Tell with the winner.
That would be so deserved.
Yeah, be well deserved. And we deserve that
What a
after the
finish.
penalty call as well.
Well, I mean, it's not like we've really challenged that much, but you didn't want to sort of rule out, that Richarlison chance. You didn't want to have to rue that one. Because then we would have looked at that as like that would have been the chance to get the equalizer. But luckily, Joao Paulinho has covered his ass. Now we just need Richarlison. It's set up for a Richarlison winner. He would be the type of guy to grab a winner and then take his shirt off.
Yeah,
please.
well, we can't.
Get it out to tell. Get out to tell.
I want to see players running over and fucking holding his shirt down.
Oh my Lord, Jet
Lord
Spence.
Jesus Christ.
That's why he doesn't use his left foot.
Oh, holy.
That is why Jet Spence does not use his left foot.
Need to get a priest in to bless that foot. That's fucking shocking.
Now I don't blame Jet Spence for not using his left foot, if that's what it looks like.
Oh, come on. This is there for the winner. How brave are we going to be? Deal with it, Mickey. Well done. Get up. If they give a penalty for that, I swear. And a goal kick.
Yeah, help him up.
Just pump this long. Just go long. Straight onto Richie's fucking bulb.
Tony Yolo saying Frank is going to be pissed at that screamer.
Yeah. Low goal scoring opportunity. He'll go mad.
Yeah, he hates Strap. Maybe that's why he benched him. Too many bikes.
Honestly, he's
Too
been
many
bailed
bicycle
out by some screamers. He's bailed out against Wolves by Paulinho's screamer. Probably bailed out today by Paulinho's overhead. Bailed out by Romero against Newcastle and his overhead.
You have scored some absolute crackers this season.
He's just being bailed out by low goal scoring opportunities, which he encourages them not to take. It's madness, that.
Also, once again, makes you do questions. Like,
score.
if the players are really as bad, if the players are championship level, like people say they are, you don't
They're
see
not
players
scoring
in the
goals
you don't see players in the championship
No.
scoring goals like that.
No. Look, the problem is we're coached to counter-attack and not dominate, which means then you're relying on moments of individual brilliance.
You don't see players in the championship. You don't see Coventry City players scoring a
Move
goal
it.
like that.
Give it to him.
Bear, get it out of your feet, lad.
There we go.
Pedro.
Take your time. Find Richie.
Pedro! Oh my Lord, man! Odebear did the hard part. You had all the time in the world, Pedro.
Good pressing. Don't give away the foul now. Well done, Wilson. Fucking brilliant work.
Pedro.
Thank you.
Pissing me off, Pedro.
Right. You just need a run by malicious now. Fuck off, Frank. Sit in your dugout. Just let them work it out, dick.
That goal was worth 26 million alone, says Paul Connor.
Well, ideally, ironically, we're still dicking about fucking trying to buy this guy. Tyler, I agree. I've argued with you that Paulinho should be starting. 9 minutes to try and find a winner here.
Come on. So much time, lads. And we go. Why are we going backwards from all these free kicks? Romero,
okay.
Good touch.
Rummy. Good
Towards the
ball.
back post.
Good ball.
Odebear.
Bang it.
Oh,
Just keep banging it. It's gonna roll in.
Pedro. That's
Good
a
delivery.
good ball.
Oh. Corner. Yes. Another overhead. Let's get Rami on this one. He's jealous of Zhao. He's going to score here.
Yeah, what a touch from Romero here, though.
It's a great touch and a cross from Romero. He's going to score here. He's jealous of Joao Paulinho. Come on, Rami. Let's get in amongst the action today.
I want to see some headlines like Spurs spoil the Semenyo party, says someone in the chat.
Rummy's up. Yeah!
Oh!
Oh, it's a world-class save. It's a world-class
Well done
save.
by Tell. Oh, my Lord. Petrovic just flew across the goal and saved them.
Oh, well done,
Good
Matisse.
ball by Tell.
Rummy!
Oh! Oh!
I told you he's jealous. He wants one. He wants
Oh,
one.
my Lord. This might
This
be the
is a
save of the
world-class
season.
save from Petrovic.
Van de Ven.
Oh, it's
Nearly scored
world-class,
there.
that. It's just looping. Oh, it's unbelievable.
Fucking hell.
Oh, it's an unbelievable save. Oh, come on.
Opportunity here. Chavi.
Oh, what a touch. Oh, good
To
ball.
Richie.
Richie, you better not fuck this up. Oh, Richie.
Richie. Why are you shooting it?
Oh, my, please. It's
Why are you
Xavi
shooting it?
Simmons has just done unbelievable.
Why is he shooting it, though, after that?
Just lay it off.
He's trying to shoot it, like, through 4 people.
He's just got to lay it off. He's done all the hard work. You fucked up the shooting opportunity. Lay it back.
He's so selfish sometimes, Richarlison.
Second ball on the pitch. Second ball on the pitch. Ref, second ball on the pitch.
Good block by Paulinho. What a block.
Oh, here we go.
What a block by Paulinho.
Unbelievable. Oh, no.
That was a world-class save.
Looks like his studs got caught in the ground blocking that one. Oh, schisms. Just rolled his ankle. You can get on with it, Zhao. You're a real man. Get on with it. You don't need physio.
We've been peppering the goal recently. Is that Bentancur?
Tyler, no, please be okay, baby. No. Look at this for an overhead, though.
The connection he gets with that
show
as
me
well.
10 times more. Look at this. There's number 2. Let's
Look
go
at
for
the
a third
connection.
replay.
It's just crazy how much power he generates off
Look at
that.
Wilson Odegaard. He loves it. There's number 3. We're going to get a 4th replay. Let's go for number 4. I want to see more of this. Look at it. He loves it. He wants to win this one, Zhao. He's telling them, defend this cross now. Oh, Archie Gray's coming out
I think
for
his
Paulinho.
Bentancur's hurt.
Oh, Bentancur. And Bournemouth are making a couple of subs here as well. Looks like Bournemouth will probably go for it. Wonder what Spurs will do here now.
Ed Sweeting saying, you've seen as soon as the pressure and intensity is upped against a Bournemouth team, they crack. Of course, we have to wait, though, until the 70th minute to even have a go.
Yeah. Well, since he brought on Wilson Odegaard and gave us a right winger.
AK Shag saying Paulinho and Tell have become undroppable.
Yeah. Oh, they'll probably be dropped for the next game. Probably see both of them on the bench. Genuinely. That's why you see some of our players try not to score, because they want to play it next game. Well done, Rami. Well done, Rami. That's a free out, ref.
Good clearance, Odegaard.
Just pump it long. They can't deal with our crosses. Just pump it long on top of them. Even Vinay looks bored. Look. Right, Richie. Oh my lord, it's shocking from Vicario.
Yeah, it had no height on it.
Shocking. Matisse uses a batter around to pick up a throw in. Come on, Richie, we need you. We need a winner here today, buddy.
Good play by Xavi.
Jedi.
Ref!
Ref.
That is an
Right, here we go.
absolute basic foul, ref.
Here we go. Here we go. Just good ball in. 3 or 4 bodies flying on the end of this. We score.
It's a dumb foul as well. We should try to take advantage of that. There's no reason for him to foul Jet Spence.
Let's just get a good delivery in here. Come on now, Matisse. You put in some lovely crosses. Just one more spot on one is all we need. We got Big Zhao, Rami, and Richarlison all trying to score here. And Mickey. Add a good Mickey into that. Come on. Just stay on side. Come on, Matisse. Good ball here. It's spinning.
He was dribbling it there. He's outside the box.
Right, Spence, let's try and mark it.
Well done by Mickey. Oh, Richie. What a flick by Xavi.
Oh,
Tell, great hold up.
Go on, Matisse. Go on, Matisse. Richie, holy fucking Lord.
He just falls over all the time.
You are useless.
Always fall over. The guy plays on ice skates. It's like he makes passes look terrible. Oh my God, Vicario, man. Vicario honestly just needs to be sold alone just for his clearances. His clearances are just shocking.
Yeah.
Well done. Well done.
Good take. Take it with you now.
Sir!
That's a free. He's right down the back of him. I skinned 2 players. Oh, my Lord. Don't let him play the through ball.
Well done, Mickey.
Back to Vic.
He's Vic.
Right, Jed. Find Simmons.
Play Simmons, lad. Play Simmons, man. Why are you going backwards there?
Oh.
Back to Vicario as well.
I keep forgetting Jed has no left foot, so then passes aren't as simple.
Richie, hold this up. Yeah. Oh my God, Richie's a terrorist. What a challenge from Romero. What a challenge from Romero. What a challenge. What a ball. Go, Hotspur, please.
Come on, Wilson.
Come on, Wilson.
Come on, Willie.
Kid.
It's time to free Willie.
Go again.
Honestly, sometimes I want to hurt Richarlison.
Romero.
Buddies him.
Oh, fuck off. He literally had
He's tried to tackle him.
How is that for Romero? He's the one with the ball.
I'm sorry, he's too strong. Is that what it is? His shoulder to shoulder, he's just too strong. You book him. Oh. How's that free?
For Richarlison, though, earlier, like he had Xavi Simmons, but he took 2-3 extra touches and then still ended up, after missing the opportunity to play Xavi Simmons, then he gives it straight back to a Bournemouth player in the middle of the pitch for them to run at us. It's just the hold-up play from Richie is insane. And also, just as well, I did hear on the commentary, the guy said this game has really changed for Spurs since Richarlison has come on. Richarlison, if anything, has been more of a hindrance to us than he's been.
Every time he's touched the ball, he's giving it away. Literally every single time he's touched it, fired a header off the post, he's giving it away.
It's amazing some of the professional commentary that you hear. Like, they're crediting our comeback to Richarlison. It's amazing.
I mean, what's that from Pedro Porro? That's shocking.
Good touch. Hotspur, good touch.
Sir! Come on. Oh, my God. He tells him to get up. Are you shitting me? Ah, great. That's pathetic.
Come on, lads. Let's grab a winner.
All right, come on, let's get after it. Please.
Jets bench clears.
Nothing
We're
stupid.
sitting very deep now, though.
Charlison's playing as a centre midfielder there, 15 yards from the edge of his own area. If we get this, how we
Clearance
break?
in. We've let another cross in.
No, 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 no.
Brooks. He snatched at it. Those crosses in, those sweeping left-footed crosses in, we have not
They're
dealt with
killing
all
us.
night.
Yeah. They're killing us. Good defending there from Romero. Saved the goal there.
Yeah, Stevie Frazier, I would agree. I think it's Wilson Odebear that's giving us the lift. I wouldn't give. It's amazing that I heard that from one of the commentators saying it's for Charleston that's changed the game.
Does the commentator understand tactics? It's the fact we've brought in a right winger has changed the game for Tottenham. You know what I mean? The fact that we're not playing a Bergvall as a midfielder and neglecting the right wing. Like, where's the honestly, get me on comms. It's fucking mind-boggling. Ah, Mickey, all you had to do was go back to Van de Ven and recycle that.
No fouls at all given by the referee there. At least he's being somewhat fair.
He's just giving up refereeing. Come on, Spence.
Oh my God, man.
Had to go down the line, that one. Had to go down the line.
We're open up here. Poor pass. Oh, and they split us there.
It's poor defending from the two of them, really. The fact that one of them haven't gone with that runner.
Oh,
you knew
my
it was coming.
God.
You knew it was coming. The goodbye present. Fuck off. Oh, again, another shot from the edge of the box. Again. What's that, number 12 or 13 this season?
Three goals conceded.
You just knew the goodbye present from Semenyo was coming.
3 goals conceded.
Again, it's lackluster there from Porro and Udabur. And then
Charleston tries to close it down. It's just too late.
But where's the centre midfielder? Where's your right winger tucking in? You know, Porro's telling him, and Udabur's just caught in no man's land. You can see Porro pointing at him, pick him up, and he just hasn't. Well, that's us pulled down into the scrap now.
Yeah, Bournemouth will now be a point off
behind
of
us. This is a Bournemouth team that hasn't won in 11 games, by the way.
It's amazing. You're told to be patient. It's like 11 games is nearly a third of the season. Like a third of the season, they haven't picked up a single win. We're going to give them their first win in 12 games.
Well, it gets worse because Leeds United are after winning are 2-1 up as well, which means now, you know, we're pulled down into the bracket of nearly 16th when we're 1 point off 16th. 2 points, 1 point off 16th. Shocking.
Or from Xavi.
So we're in 14th in Leeds United now, 2 points behind us in 16th. So that's where we are now. And if Forest get their act together, then they're not too far behind us then either. Look at it. Look at the faces he's pulling. Oh my God. Look. Oh my God. That's hideous. It's not Halloween. Stop showing it.
It's a ghoul face. Dr. Tottenham has officially showed up, everyone.
Honestly, it's like
it's as true as gravity, Dr. Tottenham. It really is.
It's like this guy wants to take us to the championship.
Well, Thomas Frank was not wrong. He'll guarantee that we will lose games.
Yeah.
He said, no matter what, I can guarantee you we will lose games. Well, we've lost a whole lot of fucking games this season. We've lost more games than we've won.
Let's see if we can get something off this last free kick. It's just got to go into the box. If I see anyone take it short, I'm going to lose it. It's got to go in. You're sending everyone up. Put it fucking in. Pedro Porro, the guy hasn't hit a cross all evening. He better send in one good one here.
He got bailed out by Paulinho as well, to be honest.
Yeah.
Paulinho bailed him out. Richarlison couldn't hit a barn door, so Paulinho bailed him out. Not really a great cross.
No.
Oh, no. What a challenge by Jet Spence. What a challenge by Jet Spence.
Look at him. Look how wide his eyes are. He is so shell-shocked. It is unbelievable.
It couldn't be a better script for Semenyo as well. Fuck off. I mean, we give him a last-minute winner. He gets to walk off with 10 seconds to go. It's disgusting. Drew, remember, for 28 months, it's all part of the plan, boys. He says he's going to make us strong at the back, then we'll concentrate on the attack.
No.
This guy just is not it. I mean, Drew, you didn't need to explain the sarcasm. I totally get where you're coming from, man. Like, I think that's one of the biggest concerns about Frank is that's what everyone was giving him credit for at first. Was like, all right, maybe we're not that great to watch, but we're picking up results and we're really strong at the back. We're conceding goals on a regular basis now. Like, we haven't held a clean sheet in a while.
No.
Yeah, the one against Crystal Palace, but that one was not a deserved clean sheet. Like, we could have conceded 3-4 that game. Romero! To tell!
Please, Matisse. Matisse. And again.
Swiped at it.
Someone help him.
Oh. Romero. No, but Drew, I completely agree, man. I just don't see, like, there's nothing. That's what everyone just says, be patient, but there's nothing you can point to under Frank. There's nothing you can point to that you would say you should be patient for. There's no good attacking play. The defensive solidity is gone. His team selection is usually wrong. The tactics have usually been wrong. There's no stats that would point to anything that Spurs have been necessarily good at. It's all just wrong.
We're 6 points behind fucking Brentford, who lost all their best players, the manager and their coaching staff. It's absolutely shocking. But the whole be patient call is, we're 5 points off Europe. That's all you ever hear. I'm going to show a little bit more patience. We're 5 points off fucking getting into Europe. We're not winning the games to get anywhere near the fucking places in Europe. This is a team that were 11 fucking games without winning a game in the Premier League.
There it is.
We've been turned over by them, and all of a sudden they're 1 point behind us. It's absolutely fucking shocking. We were set up to fail from the setup, from the word go, with not playing a right winger and trying to play this hybrid bollocks that he was trying to play. And it's just, the guy is not the guy. We're not winning games of football. Yeah, we may be 5-6 points off the top, get off 5 or 6, but we're not winning the games to ever close the gap. We've been like this for weeks, and we go into it hoping today's the day, and it gets worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. I'm absolutely fed up with it. It's yet another loss, and I'm absolutely fucking sick of it, Jack. This guy is not the guy. He never was the answer in the first place. He's lowered the expectations of the club. He's lowered the level of the football club. And for me, it's clear that a lot of these players ain't playing for him either. They're not willing to die for him. And for me, that's a huge concern. But at the same time, Man United sacked their manager talking about a caretaker. Chelsea brought in Rosen or Rosina. The right option isn't out there at the minute, and that's the thing. And we're just going to have to keep with this marriage of convenience to the end of the season, till a massive fucking managerial go around, man, in the summer, when a lot of managers' contracts are coming to an end and the World Cup is over, and a lot of managers will be leaving. For me, that's what's going to happen here. So we could sit here and scream Frank out. He's not the guy. We're married to it till the end of the season now at this point. But we are 2 points off Leeds United. Leeds fucking United, who lost nearly every game for about fucking 12 games at the start of the league. And we are 2 points off them. Everyone sits there and goes, the running joke for half of the season was, we're not 17th. We're not too far off it right now, and we've managed to do this in 6 months. The guy is not the answer, Thomas Frank. To be honest with you, Jack, I want to avoid getting in an intern to the end of the season. I'm now singing off your hymn sheet.
I just don't see how it could get much worse. We're losing to literally everyone. Like, that's where I'm kind of at this stage. Like, we've lost to we're losing to every team at this point. Like, you're even bringing up Leeds United there. The fact that they're now going to surpass us, like Leeds United, when I've watched them recently, they would absolutely smack us, especially if luckily, we picked up the win over at their place and, we get to play at home against them next time around. But they would smack us with the way they've been playing in recent. Like, I just don't have any confidence against any team really at this point now under Thomas Frank. I don't have any faith that we can pick up a win
No.
against anyone. We've just now lost to a team that hasn't picked up a win in nearly a third of the season. 12 games gone, they hadn't picked up a win until
It's 34
now.
34 games Thomas Frank has had now. That's more than enough time to show that that he can improve things, that this is going in the right direction. There's not one tangible stat out there that anyone can give me that says, Dave, get behind this. This will help us turn a corner. Not one.
And even like everyone's saying, oh, this squad isn't good enough. It's like the squad is no better than 8th or 9th. It's like, yeah, we're slipping into 17th again under this manager. So we're well far off of finishing around 8th or 9th at this stage. Like, he is dramatically underperforming already very lowered expectations, in my opinion. Tony Yolo from earlier saying, Frank out, no more time to waste. This is becoming BS. This is where I think it was probably unpopular at the time, Tony, but I did sort of say, like, I can see why it's tricky, where there are much better managers to go after in the summer, and that makes this a very difficult decision. I just don't really see much to get behind at this point with Frank. I think we are going to slip into another 15th, 16th, 17th place finish in the league. Of course, I have no real confidence of us being able to go that far in the Champions League playing this way. FA Cup at home against Aston Villa. After that game, if he loses that game, seriously, I just don't see the point anymore in keeping the guy. There's not really much left to play for after that stage. I think you should bring in an interim just to give fans maybe something more to at least be hopeful of. Maybe we get to see a bit better football. Potentially, we do end up beating teams like this, the Bournemouths and the Leeds of the world. But right now, I just have no confidence we'll beat anybody under this manager.
Well, the thing is, this is where I think the Lewis family need to find a set of cojones, because they're wet behind the ear in terms of having to make these sort of big decisions that influence what comes after for the next few months. Honestly, everyone that says we're only 5-6 points off top 4, top 5, yeah, well, we're going to have to sack the manager if we want to make them up. He is not winning games of football or not putting any sort of consistency together that shows me that we're going to make that up. Chelsea and Maresca, there was falling out because Maresca didn't want to do what the Chelsea board wanted him to do. But in the statement, they said, we want to save our season. Man United, similar, want to kick on. That's why they've made these changes. When are Tottenham Hotspur going to do it? We can sit here and have all the debates about the quality of the squad. We've a better squad than Brentford, who are sitting in 5th with a rookie manager. We've a better squad than Man United. We've a better squad than Fulham. We've a better squad than Sunderland. Better squad than Brighton. Better squad than Everton. Better squad than Crystal Palace. Yet all them teams find themselves ahead of us. But you would argue the likes of Newcastle, Fulham, Brighton, Everton, Palace, all have better managers than Tottenham. Every single one of them.
Yeah. I mean, Everton under David Moyes, Marco Silva at Fulham, Brentford in their case, so many case examples of teams that, and I'd say, have similar levels of squads, if not far worse squads. And look how much better they've been doing. Look how many points they're able to accumulate. Just look at their records in the last 10, 11 games compared to ours. Like, it's just clearly they're getting the most out of, for the most part, bang average, if not worse than bang average players at this stage. It's just insanity to continue to defend this, I think. Tony, I'm in the same boat. I've been in the same boat for a while. Of course, I would have loved to just push that conversation to the side, pick up a win today, potentially get one against Aston Villa. Then I almost, in a way, start to maybe hold my tongue a little bit and see if maybe things can change. But it's just been headed down the same direction for a long time now, Tony. I'm in the same boat as you.
He's setting you up for failure. Every game you go into, he still thinks he's managing at Brentford. We're set up to contain the opposition rather than use our strengths. We can all sit here and also wishful thinking, bring him in more players, give him the players he wants to work with. A lot of the players we've already given him have rode the bench for most of the season. There's no guarantee you give this guy players that they're going to prove. Anyone that plays well at drop, you can guarantee one of Paulinho or Matisse Tau will not start at the weekend. Guarantee you. Every time a player plays well, he takes them out of the team. Everything that's going on, a lot of what's going on, is down to fucking this guy this season. He's a fraud.
Paul Connor, member for 28 months, elite member. Another typical Spurs performance, giving away a goal this game for me is on Frank's wrong team selection, as no right winger was there to start this game. We seriously need to look at recruitment across this whole football club. We need to think about recruitment of a different and better manager that actually suits these players, can actually get the most of what he has. But it's once again a case where Thomas Frank has thought too much about the opposition. That's the only way I can explain that he has picked Bergvall for this game. He must have felt like he needed an extra body in midfield, someone to maybe potentially help out Pedro Porro or something on the right wing. I'm not sure what the logic was, but I think he picked Bergvall for the sake of trying to stifle something about Brentford or about Bournemouth. It
I'll
just
tell you what the logic was,
didn't work.
Jack. When we lost to them 1-0 at our place, by the way, Bournemouth had done the double over us this season, just to come to think of it. That's shocking.
Crazy.
But when we lost 1-0 at our place, it's because their midfield won the battle that day. He changed it up after that. So coming into this game, he thought he'd be clever, pretend that Bergvall's playing right wing, but really you're going to play as another centre midfielder, get an extra body in there and try and help us win the midfield battle. But what he didn't think about is when we do win that battle, what options are we going to have to, when we look up to play that ball, to go forward, who are we going to play? We had no one down the right-hand side, which means then all their resources are doubling up on Mawani and Tell. And to be fair, the two of them done a fucking very good job for large parts of that game to try and beat the battering Rams just to pick up free kicks and throw-ins and stuff like that. But that's the problem. He thought he'd be clever by playing Bergvall in there, but not realising, oh shit, when we get the ball, what option we're going to have out the right. So by doing that, then that made Bournemouth's game so much easier. Double up on the other two that are playing off the left and up front. Like, if you're going to play that, why not play Matisse Tell close to Colin Mawani as a double striker? Why are you just going with one off the left, one up front, and nobody off the right? It's absolutely mind-boggling. And you could see it. Anytime we went to play down that right-hand side, we couldn't. We ended up, if we couldn't recycle that ball, we ended up just pumping it long into space for nobody. And then, you know, anytime we did get the ball out to the right, we're trying to fool them. Oh, look at us. We're moving the ball across the Porro. We're going to attack you down the right. And they're sitting there going, well, okay, well, we're not going to shift anyone over there. We'll just wait for you to recycle it back across the left, because that's where all your options are. But then, you know, last week, like at the weekend, right, he plays Ben Davies against Sunderland because and this is his words, I want to play a left footer down the left-hand side so we can go at them and we can sort of, in a build-up play, be a lot more direct down this side. So then does that same logic not compute then today if that's the side you're using to break them down? But he brings in Jed Spence. And no, I'm not saying Jed Spence was a problem today, but he's got no left foot. Yeah. You know, we can't progress the ball quickly down that side and stuff. And it's just absolutely everything Frank does is just mind-boggling, leaving people second-guessing and stuff. And he's making football look like rocket science when it's really not. It's really not.
Jerome here saying, I just made myself look like a fool at work because of this shite. I cannot stand this anymore at this point. Another goal at the edge of the box. Again, He is worse than Ange. I 100% agree with all of that, Jerome. I just, even too, like, just the idea that we just continue to concede from outside the box under Frank, but then also he instructs his own players to not shoot from outside the box. It's just baffling at this point. Like, I just don't get it. Like, the guy doesn't want us to shoot outside from the box, but we continually to concede from outside the box. It's just crazy. It's just crazy. The guy just can't get anything right.
Do you know what my biggest bugbear though is with it, Jack? You know, to the point, you know, anytime we get the ball, we can't attack quickly with speed on the counter-attack because everyone's sitting so far deep. You know, everyone's sitting so far deep. At one stage, Richarlison was sitting 12 yards outside the edge of our own box. If we break that, if we turn that ball over, who are we pumping it forward to hit them on the counter?
Yeah. Jerome, man, at this point, I think we're gonna continue to roll through the season, but no need to fall out with anybody over Spurs at this stage. You know, I think we're reaching that stage where we just need to cut our losses with Frank and hopefully just have something to maybe cling on to, whether it's the FA Cup or, I don't know, some sort of maybe magical game or two in the Champions League. I don't think we're going to go that far in it, but it'd be nice to get into maybe the next rounds or something like that, just to have maybe a big game to look up to. But at this point, man, we just need to cut our losses. No reason to stress about Frank anymore. Please just get this guy out. Chase Mullen saying he better be gone. Look at Mickey, man. How dare Frank turn everyone against each other? We're in shambles right now. That's the other thing that he's probably gotten wrong, Chase, is that's something I kind of sort of lost my head with Postecoglou, was sort of the times that he himself had his gripes with the fans, you know, was having fights with people in the stands and stuff like that. In the Man City game, you know, in his first season, you know, calling us losers, you know, for, you know, potentially wanting Man City to win the league over Arsenal. It's just that sort of thing. And I was like, surely Thomas Frank will avoid, right, that sort of type of mistake, but he hasn't. He's almost done kind of the same type of things of, calling out the fan base, saying, "Oh, some fans understand the big picture," words like that. It's just another thing that's just gotten completely wrong. And it does seem like the players don't really seem to be playing for him that much, or they don't really seem to be in the happiest type of camp right now. He's just getting everything wrong, Thomas Frank, both when it comes to the fan base and when it comes to the players as well. I think you're on mute there, Dave.
Sorry, with how shit we were last year, despite how bad things were, them players tried to speak
He
to
still
Frank
loved him.
on Postecoglou's behalf. They tried to fight for him publicly. You don't see any of these current players fighting for Frank publicly, even though he's under pressure. The
Yeah.
players actively tried to keep Ange Postecoglou in the job when the pressure was mounting, with Matisse Tal going and speaking to fans and other players. You don't see that with this group. They don't want this guy here. They're not playing for him. They are doing just barely enough to sort of evade being pulled apart by pundits and stuff like that. But they are not having this guy. They don't want to keep him in the job. I can sense it.
And Jacob Anderson has said, "I'm so tired of this club buying kids. You go from Kane and Son to Richie and Matisse Tell, spend the whole 180 million on two massive players. I think we need to bring in much more here and now quality players." But this is what I brought up the other day. Not sure if Dave was there for it. Maybe it was the fan show that I brought it up, Jacob, where with Johan Lange, like as much as he brought in some talented young players that I am rooting for, like I like Matisse Tell, I like Wilson Odobert, I like Archie Gray. Like I like a lot of these guys that he's brought in, but you sort of think about it. It's like he's wasted close to 300 million, a lot of money on a lot of young, talented players, but who need a lot of time. And with the expectations and the standards that we have at Spurs, he's basically just spent his whole budget on guys that will need years and years and years to develop, go through mistakes, have dips and flows in terms of good performances and bad form. And we just can't really sustain that. It's part of the reason why I do think we have been slipping down the table. I think part of it has to do with just hiring the wrong managers, but also the managers we have been hiring, to be fair, don't really seem to know how to get the most out of young and talented, but also inexperienced players. Just when I find it crazy when I've heard Alistair Gold, praise Johan Lange more than he's praised and seems to dig out Parachichi saying for getting a lot of transfers wrong. With Johan Lange, the guy has not really spent any real money on top quality, high quality players. He's only seemed to settle for just these young, talented ones. And he's not necessarily got them on the cheap either. He spent a lot of money on Archie Gray. We spent a lot of money on Matisse Tell. We spent a lot of money even on Wilson Odobert. As much as I like the guys, as much as I'm rooting for them, they're not here and now players that can drag you through games. Look what Paulinho has done today. That's something that a guy with experience and real quality can do, where you're playing pretty shit, but he can sort of drag you back into the game. Johan Lange, man, he's just been wasting so much money at this stage. And
He should
with
never have been
Parachichi going in January potentially, I'm even more worried about the club.
But Johan Lang should never have been given the job in the first place, though, Jack. He never had the credentials for it. When we appointed him and we went in to look at what he'd done at Aston Villa, his whole thing was he found the likes of Konza, Matty Cash, players like that. But when Villa really kicked on, they started bringing in players, of certain quality. They brought in the guy from Sevilla to do that, and that's where they really kicked on. And part of the reason why he lost his job at Villa in the first place is because he couldn't get them in the room to negotiate for these big players. He's not a good director of football. He's another one that with Frank fell out of the Copenhagen sort of thing and picked up a job abroad, and I don't know why. I don't know why he ended up getting the job at Tottenham Hotspur. He never had the credentials for it in the first place. And you look at Aston Villa since they got rid of him. Look how much they've kicked on the football pitch, and look at us. But when you brought in Johan Lang, this is what you're always going to get. It's because it's all he knows how to do. He knows how to sell the Premier League dream, but what he doesn't know how to do is sell Tottenham Hotspur for a long-term destination for any player over 25. He's a fucking fraud. He's another one. Get him out of my football club.
Thank you, Jacob, by the way. I think you've been with us through many of these meltdowns and many of these roller coasters, by the way. I think you're one of the very original fans of this channel, so really appreciate you, Jacob. Just going to take some other comments here. Tim Man 007 saying, "It's the end, guys. It's the end. He needs to go tonight." K32 just underneath him saying, "I just think Frank needs to be gone tonight." AK Shag saying, Brentford are in a Champions League position. Is their squad better than ours? Question mark. I am the storm that's approaching. Everyone out. They all stink, but please get Frank out first. I think we could maybe at least agree with that. Ricky Nato saying, so true, Dave. No passion from some of these players in this game. Voided saying Mickey is a natural leader, should be building a team around him and Xavi, but that would involve attacking down the middle of the park. Frank is too stubborn to even do that. Crazy, man. PH family saying, I was happy with Frank when he first came in, but this just ain't working anymore. I can't see it ever working from now on. He just needs to go. See, this is the thing. Like, you're now seeing people who tried to convince themselves that maybe this was an okay signing, and they're even now sort of putting their hands up, like PH family, just saying, listen, maybe I was backing this guy originally, but you see the writing on the wall at a certain point. You're like, yep, just hasn't worked. We need to now cut our losses, even if you feel like he was let down in one way or another, however you feel about it. I think at some point people just need to face the music and just kind of sort of see it how PH family has done and just sort of admitted, like, you know what, he's just clearly not the guy. He can't handle it.
I don't want to alarm people any further, but Ben Jacobs, the journalist, has just posted on Twitter that Thomas Frank was spotted drinking out of an Arsenal branded cup during the game at Bournemouth, and he's gone in underneath the picture to confirm it's a real image.
How is that? How is an Arsenal branded cup even at the stadium?
Don't know. What's he? Surely he picks it up and goes, "Well, that's not a good look." You know what I mean?
Why would there even be an Arsenal branded cup there? I
Don't
don't need you to have the answers, Dave. I'm just sort of talking
know,
out
but
loud
Ben
at this point.
Jacobs
Like,
is saying it's absolutely real.
that's fucking
He's a
insane.
reputable enough journal.
I mean, they say Justin Cochran's an Arsenal fan, but like, has someone brought an Arsenal cup to the fucking stadium? Like, what the hell is this? It's just, I don't know. This is becoming more basket case. It's now reaching tinfoil hat
Apparently,
conspiracy time.
they have branded logos for each fixture, and Arsenal were the team there previous.
So there was just an Arsenal cup left over, and he's now drinking from it.
Yeah.
Oh my god, this guy's brain dead at this point. Tony Yolo saying, "Do not give him players. It would be a waste of time." That's Davis brought this point up very, very early on. I don't want to steal his point, but he has said that. Maybe I'll just do it to save Dave's voice a little bit. But he has said, like, everyone's saying, just give him the players he wants, back the guy fully. It's like, well, we did give him a lot of players over the summer that surely he must have signed off on. Palhinha, Xavi Simons, etc. He continues to not use them. Like, the only players used consistently is Kudus. Like, Palhinha has been on the bench for the last 4 out of 6 games. Palhinha has bailed this guy out maybe on 3 occasions now this season. Xavi Simons, like, he's a guy that's just in and out of the team constantly. And maybe now he's starting to get his run of games, but it's taken a damn while. He never really seemed to trust him fully. A lot of the signings that Thomas Frank's been given, he's not really using, and he's probably not even using in the correct ways either. Matisse Tell was signed over the summer. I'm not sure if Frank signed off on that, but he hasn't been clearly a fan of Matisse Tell whatsoever. Matisse Tell has been bailing him out in some games this season. He doesn't even seem to use the guys that are saving him or ones that he's actually signed off on this summer to an extent. So why give him any more players at this point? Sergeant Stressful saying, yes, the players have checked out with Frank, but the Spurs' issues seem to be running even deeper. Injuries, no pull for top players anymore, no elite talent coming through as well. We've become an absolute mess.
Yep. Absolutely.
Just a big yep. Sergeant Stressful, appreciate your support, man. I think sometimes people will just put in comments that I can't do anything else but agree with, and I don't even know what else we can really add to it. Yeah.
I mean, look, I sort of was worried when Mickey Van de Ven blanked them earlier on in the season against Chelsea. That's when I first became worried, Sergeant Stressful, that a lot of these guys ain't having it. I also tried to flag that when you're playing under previous manager, and his whole thing is, you go out and play your football, I'll take all the criticism and everything else. You go out and be brave. We were going to play on the front foot. We don't deviate for anybody. And then this guy comes in and it says, scrap all that. We're not even going to go forward. We're just going to sit back and admire how great the opposition is and contain that. That messaging, if it doesn't yield results very quickly, gets very boring with them, with the players. And they'll sit there and go, we're not playing this way. Like you see it time and time again. If businesses... for instance, we'll have one manager and another manager comes in to try and change things. People are very reluctant to go along with the new way, especially if it doesn't yield results or any benefits. And that's what you're seeing here, with this. And I just don't think these players are having them. Of course, it's not all Thomas Frank's fault. Yeah, we do need more quality in here in January. I've been screaming about it for a long time when everyone was blaming Ange Postecoglou for all the injuries. It's funny that Frank doesn't get blamed for them all now. But also the medical team needs to be revamped and fucking looked at. You know, the amount of injuries we pick up every single season is a massive hindrance to these managers as well. It doesn't help. You know, our club is one big shit show. Then you've got the Lewis family who, you know, coming out pretending they want to make this club successful. But the only reason why they went and audited all the deals that Daniel Levy has done at this football club is so that they can fucking make him sell his shares cheap or sell his shares cheap so then they can go and sell the football club and take all the cash off it.
Yeah.
They're also pretending at this fucking football club. I'm sick of it. We're in one big mess. But the problem is, and everyone says it, it starts from the ownership. But they don't care. They just want their retirement package and they want out of here, but they don't want Daniel Levy getting any of the money.
Voided saying Frank has become Nuno 2.0, except he's just been left to fester for far too long now. That could be the case, actually, right? It's just like if we played it out with Nuno, maybe it would have gone down this road. But, you know, credit to Levy, as much as we never really did. You know, the guy was far more ruthless, you know, when it came to managers. He never really backed his managers, but once he saw where the road was headed, he knew that to cut
Levy
it
would have
off
sacked
short.
this guy.
Yeah, Levy would have sacked him. Yeah. It's one of the funniest things I've seen this season is that people want Levy back just so that they can sack Thomas Frank.
But like when you look at the Lewis family, right? They've tried to come in and get rid of absolutely everything that Daniel Levy has done. You know, they're even to the point where they're happy to let Paratici go and sit there, you know, and stuff like that. And they're trying to do everything different to Daniel Levy. That's why they've let this go on for so long. Because they sat there and go, well, what would Levy have done? He would have sacked them. Well, we're going to try and do something different. We're going to try and give him time. We're going to try and back him. It's the wrong guy. Hello, wake up, knock, knock, anyone in there. It's the wrong fucking guy.
Danny Bull saying Frank is finished. Sean Daniel saying Brentford are in a Champions League position, which Frank has never even got them into. Crazy. This season's just a basket case. Some people are saying even the Sun have posted it, so it must not be AI. Eugene saying players need to be brought in by the club, for the club, regardless if Frank even approves of it or not. Good to see you, Eugene, by the way. Maybe next time we can get you on the fan show and have a nice sit down with you, because I know a lot of people know or like what you have to say. Paul Brown, it's been written in the stars, lads. Big up to you, Paul Brown. Unfortunately, maybe it is. Appreciate you, my man, by the way. And then we had this from Jacob Anderson. Big up to you, Jacob. He's saying this board is starting to kill the club. How do you not invest in top players when you have a Kane and a Son? I feel like an idiot for choosing this club. A lot of people just, it's just the roller coaster that just keeps on going with Tottenham Hotspur. I do have sort of nightmares, fever dreams, as Dave and I are having right now, since we're both still kind of under the weather and feeling sick. But so many times I just look back in the past of when we did have Pochettino, Jose, Conte, 3 high-quality, top-quality managers, and we just never pushed the boat out to really give those managers the real tools to try to sustain ourselves at the top of the league, to try to push for those trophies. They're always left empty-handed, short-handed, having to use Harry Winkses, Dyers, Sanchez's of the world. And now we just found ourselves in this position where I think we're hiring far, far worse managers, not necessarily giving them all the tools to be able to succeed, but they're never going to really be successful in the first place, because I don't think these managers that we've been hiring recently are even good enough to sort of help us sustain, you know, a campaign in the Premier League, push for cups at the same time. They just don't really meet the standards and the expectations that we had only so many years ago. I understand that Pochettino is like 4 or 5 managers ago, but it wasn't really that long ago in the scheme of things. Like, it's crazy how far the standards have fallen, Jacob. But yeah, I live in that constant state of regret and that constant state of, you know, whatever you call it, of hindsight, really, about what we could have done differently.
I do get on days like this, Jason, that, you sort of question and stuff like that. But let's think, back to the summer. Oh, that parade was one of the greatest days of my life. And it is days like that why you get into this. And at Tottenham, sometimes you just got to go through about 10, 15 years worth of pain for that one trophy. And I think the big thing is we all want them trophies to start coming around, a little bit quicker and stuff like that. But unfortunately, in order for that to happen, you do need this ownership gone. I think, the ownership in general, Tavistock, Enoch, fucking Lewis family, I don't care what they want to rebrand themselves as. It's run its course. You know, they came into Tottenham as an investment opportunity. We'll build up, define a football club in a rundown area with a small stadium, no infrastructure. Let's build it up so that when we sell it, we'll all become billionaires off the back of it. What you need now is someone that's actually just going to come in with ambition. That their whole ambition is that when they walk into a boardroom with loads of other fucking big business men around who are sitting there going, my cock's this big, he slaps his fucking 10-incher right out on the table and goes, mine's this big, and by the way, it's picking up accolades, it's picking up trophies. Sit down and shut up. We need that sort of guy to come in at Tottenham Hotspur now. We need a guy with ambition, or a woman, I don't care, whatever it is, 2025, 26 now. Just someone that's going to come in with ambition, and their sole ambition is to make this club successful and go and win silverware. Right now, under this ownership, it's always cutting corners, do things as cheap as they can, not employ too many people, pay low wages. I'm fed up with it. If we really want to kick on and maximise this potential, I hate to say it, but the banners need to be back out and get this ownership gone at all costs.
And we have this from Dropkick Your Teacher saying this is a club. This is a club careering to relegation. It's becoming gutting. I think luckily we'll avoid it again this season, but we will potentially be finishing around the same position that we did last season, which is just insane. Because that was, again, the whole, I mean, as much as I'm not sure how many Frank defenders there are out there anymore, but that was the whole thing that Ange was probably rightfully so, but part of the whole thing that he was criticized for and brought up is like, 22 league defeats, 17th, it's unacceptable. Thomas Frank at this rate is not going to fall that far away from that. Like, he's going to pretty much be finding himself in the exact same position that Ange did in the league last season. And the whole reason we brought in Frank was supposedly so that he could steady us and sort of have us be challenging at least inside like the top 10. And this is where I also lose my head, and Dave, I think, does as well, is we did lower our standards, it felt like, when we hired Frank. We sort of said, all right, we're going to bring in a guy that's going to steady the ship, have us challenging higher up the Premier League table, maybe not for top 4, top 5 immediately, but at least he should get us much higher up the table. He should get the most out of the players that he has available to him initially. That's all gone out the window under him. It's just not been the case, unfortunately. He's not been able to do any better at all than Ange Postecoglou. So I think we have to at least hold him to that. And then Bamboozle saying, question, ant attack or attic attack?
To be honest with you, Bamboozle, you've bamboozled me. I'm not even sure what the question is, to be honest with you, buddy.
Ant attack or attic attack?
I think we have no attack. The Spurs fan base needs an asset attack and let them go and forget about this shit.
No attack whatsoever. Big up, Eugene. I did mean that, by the way. Would hope to have a conversation with you next week on the fan show. Like I said, a lot of people, it's nice when Dave and I can just shut up eventually and then just listen to people like yourself sort of explain what you feel like is going wrong and everything. Ed Sweeting saying, yes, the right decision isn't always the anti-Levy decision. Any chief exec would pull the plug out on Frank right now, 14th, and we are looking like we're going to go further and further down that table. 100% spot on. Lily White's India traveled the 7 seas to watch the boys play, and all I got was Bournemouth fans singing Champions of Europe. You're having a laugh. It's crazy, Lily White. It's crazy. Derek Hutchinson, big up to you, Derek. He's saying, get Frank out tonight. Get in Harry Redknapp at the end of the season. Yeah, let's steal Harry Redknapp before he goes to West Ham at this point. Samuel Shepard Music saying, Ange, stand-in manager until we find a new one. Laughing emoji. Love your work, guys. Rough watch night, but we keep going somehow. Yeah, like somehow. I think I'll at least get up for the cup game because I know that's our last real chance this season of potentially salvaging some sort of hope and optimism. The FA Cup, and knocking out a team like Villa would be huge for us because we know that we have struggled against them, and they are already probably distracted by trying to push in the Premier League, trying to push in their own competition. I think they're in the Conference League, if I'm not mistaken, which I think will be their big chance of trying to win a trophy too. So hopefully we can catch them off guard maybe this weekend and give ourselves something to hope for, something to cling on to, Samuel. But in terms of Ange, I don't think I would bring him back. I think I think we'd have an absolute nuclear meltdown if people brought Ange back in. But I've not been against the interim manager for the rest of the season. I think I stuck my neck out a few weeks ago by saying that. I'm not really against it. I could see actually some benefits in just having a guy that players can get behind, someone that understands that they'll only be in here for a while. They'll bring maybe a bit better football, allow the players to sort of not feel like they're being handicapped and sort of, handcuffed to playing this, I don't know, terrorist football that really we're doing at the minute. It just, I think we need to bring in someone that can the original idea of bringing in Thomas Frank, steady the ship. I think we need to bring in someone that can steady the ship a little bit and at least have us challenging around the top 10. That's really all I'm asking for. I feel like I've lowered my standards far, far too much, but just bring
And
in a
look,
guy who would have done what Thomas Frank was supposed to be doing, basically.
bringing Ange back ain't the answer either. At the end of the day, he also lost the fans. He also had a poor
Yeah.
Premier
The
League. At
blood's
the
been
end of the
lost
day,
with him. Yeah.
what you're looking at is two managers that are not of the caliber of a Pochettino, a Conte, or a Jose Mourinho. And they just don't have they don't have it in them to be able to manage their squad over 4 competitions, and that's what you need at Tottenham Hotspur, a guy that has the nous and the experience to be able to do that, and we don't have that, and we've seen that over the last 2 years. The reality is neither are good enough for this football club. Both have lowered the standards of this football club drastically, and it needs to be sorted out quick fast. But the only problem I have is I don't want to commit to a manager between now and the end of the season, knowing that all them managers from the World Cup, your Ancelotti's, Pochettinos, Tuchel's, Nagelsmann's, they're all going to be free after the World Cup. Then you've got Glasner's contract coming up at an end. The guy at PSG's contract's coming up at an end. Silva's. So, and then when you look at Man United and Chelsea, who have pulled the trigger, it's not like they brought in anyone glamorous that's going to inspire the fan base between now and the end of the season. So it's sort of like we're stuck where we are unless you do want to bring in an interim like Jack suggested. Maybe, I know, someone said to me earlier on, Robbie Keane, but he's not going to walk away from Ferencváros for a 3-4 month gig here at Tottenham Hotspur, then to be replaced regardless of how well he does. But I am at the point, this can't keep continuing, and I would rather roll the dice, that there is to do. I'd rather fucking roll the dice and bring in an intern to see if he can pick up some results and sort of get us back up there, into the top half of the table. I'm not going to sit here and delude myself and kid myself that this is a team that should go and qualify, inside the top 4, a team that should go and challenge. But we should be up in and around them European spots. That was the remit for Thomas Frank, and we are so far off it. However, if we do bring back in Ange, it does mean I can roll out my boxers and my socks that my dad got me with Ange Postecoglou's face plastered all over it and love hearts. And it was, and in fairness, on his end, it was supposed to be a bit of a joke, but I'm the one laughing now. My guy won the Europa League. What's this guy doing?
Yeah, I wonder how your outlad feels about Thomas Frank at this point. Jacob Anderson saying, Dave,
my outlad's done with him, Jack. He wants him. He's going mad here in the comments. You can see him. What's the story? He wants him gone.
He's lost the plot with him. Jacob Anderson saying, Dave, I just want a competitive football clubs. Fans pay top dollar for tickets and shirts, but get nothing in return. We get false promises and horrible football. We look and that's the thing, like Jacob, I think like sometimes we forget that sort of the original remit with Spurs is just we want us to be competitive, challenging in around the top 6, something around that mark, and then sort of be a team a bit like what Bournemouth have been this season, where no matter who we come up against, we're going to try to play a nice brand of football that people can be proud of, that people can get behind. Yes, there will be at times maybe a bit of a gap in quality between ourselves and some of the better teams at the top of the league, but at least we're going to be giving it a go. At least that we're going to be playing some fun and exciting stuff. And plenty of times, like in the case it was under Ange for a little bit of time, not for that long, but a little bit of time, and under Pochettino, we were kind of, regarded as sometimes people's second favorite team to watch, maybe if they were more of a neutral, the team that sort of gave you an exciting brand of football. And we've gone so far away from that. We've gone so far away from being an exciting team to watch that also could still be competitive towards the top end of the table. Again, we're not, I don't think, asking for too much. Not even like I've even mentioned the word trophies or anything like that. I'm just sort of talking about competing in and around the top 6, is what we're asking for. We've fallen so far away from that at this stage. PH Family had a very funny comment, Dave, and then I'll get to some of these other chats saying, how can Thomas Frank see what's going wrong on the pitch when he can't even see what he's drinking from in terms of a cup? Yeah. That's, I think, probably the comment.
Look, the job's too big for him. It's
he's
far too big for him. At Brentford, you get away with, like, honestly, at Brentford, who's their rival? I don't even know. But if he drank out of a Fulham Cup, it wouldn't even be pictured or circulated or stuff like that. At Tottenham Hotspur, you've got to be on it 24/7. There is everyone waiting to trip you up. Everyone inside Tottenham at some point is going to look to blame you for something, and everyone outside the club is looking for you to fail, or looking to make a laugh of you, looking to make a joke of you. That's why you've got to be on it 24/7. The only thing this guy is on is his fucking hair.
Just to take some other good comments, and then I'll get to Al Ben here. Big up Al Ben. Thanks for being patient. Tweeting saying caretaker would be better than this. Sometimes an interim does well enough to get the post. And I think there was someone else who said sort of more or less the same thing. Like the two good examples, right, would be Gary O'Neill took over from Scott Parker early on in the season. I don't think they had huge plans of him at Bournemouth to be there a while, hence why they sacked him. And then they brought in someone like Iraola. But Gary O'Neill steadied the ship for them and was able to get them challenging much higher than they would have expected. I remember even when Roy Hodgson, he came in for, wasn't it Patrick Vieira? Patrick Vieira just was a failed experiment there. And Roy Hodgson had them playing some pretty brilliant stuff for, towards the end of the season. And then eventually he had to sort of go because they knew that wasn't really a sustainable long-term employment, but it at least got Palace fans happy about what they were doing again. At least they weren't just feeling doom and gloom every single week. They did have games where they played some good stuff and they got some good wins. And that's where I'm not against the interim. I will admit it is kind of a somewhat of an admission of like you're kind of writing off the season, but at least you get to win some more games. At least you get to feel like you can watch a decent performance every now and again. Whereas at this point, you just don't even know what you're going to get up for anymore. If you get what I'm saying. Al Ben saying going to be another press conference with Frank trying to con people to give him more time. How do you give him time and money to someone that was a risk taken? I think you're
But
saying
Jack,
that Thomas Frank was already a risk, I think is what he's saying in the first place.
but where's any like some of these journalists that support Spurs? Where's any of them following up with the question going, justify? What have you done that justifies more time?
Yeah. No, I completely agree. I mean, there's even the fact that he brought up that stat, which was some good research of this is the lowest amount of shots that Spurs have had. What was it? Like 3+ decades or something like that?
Ever since up the stats began in 97, 98.
Since the invention of basically stat recordings,
Yeah,
Spurs have
basically.
had the lowest shots of any team ever. And to point that down to the players, I just think is baffling. Like, clearly that has to do with the manager. We've had far, far worse teams than the one we put out here today that found a way to average more shots per game than this one here. It's insanity. It's insanity. There's no stat to point to under Thomas Frank that in any way should rationalize, him being given more time or him being shown more patience. There's no stat whatsoever.
The least amount of shots in a game since 97, 98. And God knows how long it goes before that. That's just when stats started, by the way.
Even the XG stats, I don't really remember under previous managers, like the XG being brought up that much because most games we did feel like we created probably enough to not have to bring up how terrible the XG was. Just how many times has that also been brought up under Frank where, 0.1, 0.0 something XG? Like it's just, they're made to look like sort of school children, these players under him with these tactics. They're made to look like they have no idea how at all to even create a chance, let alone put away a chance. It's just
He's a school teacher,
insanity.
all right? That's where he'll be going in Denmark when he's finished. Back to fucking school to teach.
Be able to open a school with how much money we've given him. Jacob Anderson saying, guys, what other club charges as much as they do for tickets and shirts and aren't even a competitive club? We are getting robbed blind by this football club. That's what I mean, Jacob, is like people are saying, oh, you have to be patient with Frank. You have to give this guy free passes, this sort of thing. It's like, don't we kind of like pay enough money to expect a little bit more? Don't we sort of give, these managers more money than like a Fulham? Like, look at what Marco Silva's been doing at Fulham. The guy gets barely any money any season. Look at what Glasner's doing at Crystal Palace. Guy gets barely given any money. Like, they don't pay also the season ticket prices. Maybe Fulham, in their case, they also pay pretty high season ticket price. But you get what I mean in that we have much higher expectations than some of these other clubs, and they're doing far better than we are this season. I would like to think that Tottenham Hotspur should sort of maintain some type of standards and some type of expectations compared to some of these other clubs in the Premier League. Like we seem to have lowered our expectations to that of like a Wolves or that of like a Brentford or something like that. It's becoming insane what you hear fans say when it comes to free passes and things like that. Like I never heard that under Jose. I never heard that under Antonio Conte. You didn't hear that as much under Pochettino, Nuno, all these managers before, even Ange. You didn't really hear the whole free pass argument. And now all of a sudden you're hearing that. It just seems like we've lowered our expectations far too much, Jacob. But you are right that a club like Spurs, the fact with how much money they charge us and how much money they make in general, that they're falling to this sort of level where we're becoming a mid-table club It's just sheer incompetence from
Yeah.
the club and just the managers they're hiring. It's showing to be sheer incompetence.
But do you know what I will say, Jacob? I think there's only so long they're gonna keep getting away with people paying these prices and stuff like that before people just stop turning up. You know,
Yeah,
at the end of the day,
a
we're
lot of
in the
empty seats
Champions
right
League,
now.
right? They want to get back in the Champions League for the money. They haven't sold out one Champions League home fixture yet this season. You know, and any Spurs around the world can get their hands on tickets on the exchange as long as they have a One Hotspur membership. That was never the case before. You
Yeah,
know, usually you had to sort of, was there a spare match ticket going, or there was only a certain
you have to
amount
know
available.
someone.
Now it just seems like if you want to go to a game, you can go because it's 3 o'clock on a Saturday now or on a Sunday, and people are going. Well, to be honest with you, I'd rather bring the missus upstairs to Shaq Hurd and watch than go to the game.
Yeah.
You know, that's what you see.
No, yeah, it's now way too easy for even Spurs fans to be able to get to a game. No one wants to go to the games anymore. We've become a club where there's just complete, yeah, just abject, just no love left, no real connection left with it. It can only go on for so much longer like this. Jacob Anderson, really appreciate your support, by the way. William Webb, Brentford are now 5th, and they have a new manager. It's just
Keith Andrews wasn't even in contention for the Ireland job when it came up.
some more news, boys. Mickey confronted the away fans. I think they were booing Thomas Frank pretty heavily, so I wonder if that's just what it was. Maybe Mickey Van de Ven is just sort of trying to be a peacekeeper. Just taking some other comments as we're wrapping up here.
Well, apparently Mickey Van der Ven wasn't the only one. Apparently Porro and Paulinho were at it as well, sort of confronting fans at the full-time whistle.
It's like been 2 years straight now, though, where now we're having players having to confront the fans, having to calm them down and this type of thing. Like, this can't continue for that much longer. It just
Looks
can't.
like Mickey Van der Ven's offering one of them out for a fucking fight there, to be fair. But again, who the fuck do they think they are coming after the fans? The one that are the lifeblood of this fucking football club. The one that whatever money we pay, whether it's through Sky, fucking merchandise, whatever, it's all filtered back into the football club. They all get their share of the revenue that fucking fans pump into this bloody football club. And they think it's alright to come and have a go at us when we've won, 2 games in 12 now? And they think it's all right to pop back after a defeat. How about shut your fucking lips and get down the dressing room? And the only time I want to see you reopen them lips is when you're all fucking hashing it out with each other to try and fucking fix this mess and get out next week on the weekend and try and fucking deliver us fans a victory. Stop coming out after the fans. It's part of the reason why you continue to get booed, because you come after us, you lose again, and it's just getting worse and worse and worse. But to be honest with you, a good manager would instruct these players to not get embroiled with the fans. A good manager would instruct them players to respect the fans. You're representing their football club. They were all here before you. They'll all be here long after you. You are a custodian right now of that jersey. You represent that to the best of the ability for them guys as much as you can. But the fact that last year you had Ange Postecoglou feeling it was all right to go at the fans, the players follow suit. And same with the fucking Thomas Frank. He thinks it's all right to pick out the fans, and the players follow suit. Funny enough, Jose and Conte, who are labelled toxic, not once did they ever go after us as Tottenham fans. Not fucking once. They went after the ownership. They called out the players. Not once did they ever go after us fans. But for whatever reason, the last 2 managers in this squad seem to think it's fucking all right. We pumped this much money, time, dedication, fucking blood, sweat, and tears into this fucking football club. Shut your mouth and get down the fucking tunnel. I'm sick of it. I'm not having it anymore with any of these. And by the way, I love Mickey Van de Ven. I absolutely love Mickey Van de Ven. But get some fucking respect.
J Mac saying, why is everyone even moaning? Frank did say we would lose 100% of games. I've mentioned that earlier at the stream. Is like, this guy said, I guarantee we will lose games. Well, we're losing a whole lot of freaking games, Thomas Frank. I think we're going to wrap things up, though, everybody. Dave and I are both under the weather. I think we're only going to get sicker after watching this sort of display, and we're just making ourselves sick in the head at this point. I don't even know if it's a fever or a cold anymore. I think I'm getting sick in the head at this stage.
Tomorrow. Hopefully we'll have a new interim manager.
Yeah. It'd be nice to be able to chat to some of the Irish guys, just have, I think Dave's and I's heads are just so congested with flu and sickness, but also just from watching this shit show, maybe we'll get cooler heads prevailing tomorrow, or maybe not. You never know, but looking forward to seeing what the Irish guys have to say tomorrow. Look out for that panel show. Do really appreciate all the support today. If you can for us, if you haven't, if you forgot to, smash the like button, please, on your way out. Send this to more and more Spurs fans during this difficult time for us because I think we all need the therapy. Thank you to all the incredible support from so many people in the chat today. It's been very, very generous, but also nice that you guys give us so many different things to talk about, whether we agree or disagree or not. You know, we try to give everyone's opinions involved. We get to every single comment that we can. And so do want to say thank you guys. Really do appreciate you. And we'll be seeing you all tomorrow for more dissecting of this shit show.
I don't know why my wire it's dodgy, but just quickly, I know everyone said when I brought it up about the time about Thomas Frank drinking out the Arsenal logo cup, you know, people saying it's tinfoil hat, it's, you know, not real. Well, Alistair Gold asked him about it, or he was asked about it after the game, and he says, I definitely did not notice it. It would be completely stupid of me to take it if I knew. It's a little bit sad in football that I need to be asked about it. I'd never do something that stupid. So anyone that says it's tinfoil hat, it happened.
Everyone, we'll probably have to dissect that tomorrow as well. It's insane that that even gets like it's already bad enough as it is, and then that's happening. It's just peak Tottenham Hotspur, or the lowest of lows with us.
Yeah.
But we'll see you next time, everybody. Come on, you Spurs.
Come on, you Spurs.